Welcome to Cyberpunk 2030 A Better Tomorrow。
every single time. The
Yeah.
Yeah, his Huggy Jesus moment. Yeah. I'm never letting that go. That was such a great thing.
Kelly, you're muted in case you didn't know.
So
I do know. It's because
Okay.
the child.
No, the child. So we're back. We are live. We're missing a couple people, unfortunately, but them's the breaks that happen sometimes. One of them happens to be in chat. Yes, we miss your face too, Brittany. She's in the chat right now.
Yay.
So
I hope you feel better.
So she's trying to watch us and or listen while they drive on their way to Holiday Road in the family
Holiday
truckster.
Road.
So
I'm glad I'm not the only one who had that song pop up in their head.
Yep.
Holiday Road.
I hit everybody with an earworm. So that being what
I
it
know
is,
where I want the mute button to go.
who wants to give us a recap? Before we do, we need to roll for IP. Beginning of the month.
Oh, yeah.
I pass on the recap and rolling for the IP.
I'll roll the IP, but not the recap.
There you go. Roll that IP, dude.
So go ahead.
I could not get a good rhythm going for last game, so I stopped writing, trying to do my really bad poetry.
Yeah, it's all the orange coke you snort.
Yep.
No doubt.
What am I rolling? A D what?
D10.
D4? D10. Okay, 1D10.
Well, someone had to buy all that Coke Orange that they made.
Oh no! Suck.
2.
All right, so you guys got 20 for the month. Huzzah!
Sorry.
That happens.
Your fault.
Yes, Mr. Is Mr. IP freely available?
I think that'll leave Dale with the recap then.
Oh boy. Here we go. Okay, let's see if I got it here.
You don't have to sing. Trust me.
Now, keep in mind, I don't have a lot because Skulls pretty much spent 95% of the episode at Banner Health Hospital, which is technically where we started off because he had been shot up from the previous gunfight we had with protecting Locke. And we got back to Phoenix. Everyone dropped Skulls off at Banner Health. Sam visited him. Talked about that. Octavia couldn't visit because she was nomad and was escorted out.
Yep, dirty nomad.
Yeah. Skulls paid a hefty amount to get the fastest possible treatment so he could be out in a few days, and watched a bunch of shows that are silly or weird or take advantage of the poor. Cyberpunk dystopian terribleness.
Yep.
Right there on TV.
Stolas did a lot of drugs.
Stolas, yep, as per normal. That's clearly becoming more and more of a problem. Let's see here.
Define problem.
I mean, eventually that will just destroy your mind, probably, and you'll just constantly see that biker, no matter where we go.
He was there.
He
followed us, and we know it because they found us. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean that I'm not being followed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not true.
Let's see. Octavia tried to handle the flyer, but due to a super unfortunate series of rolls, pretty much destroyed the engine.
Yep.
And therefore, that necessitated a big old thing, which pretty much took up the session of trying to find a new replacement vehicle, which managed to do through Stolas and his bench press Quinn girlfriend and the Quins, finding a dude who was willing to actually sell a nice, heavy type of vehicle.
APC. It's an APC.
There we go.
With a functional 30 millimeter, probably a Raritan, I would guess, because they were the ones who commonly made that gun. But
Yeah,
Could be someone else. Might be an
Our
orderly.
vehicle now goes burr.
Yep.
it does.
It's a pretty vehicle. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So
It is.
deal was made, uh, which included money and a year's worth of medical services for free. Skulls was voluntold to make that happen, but it's for an awesome vehicle for the team, totally good. And so we got that without having to shoot anybody. And Skulls is out of the hospital, and I think that's more or less where we left off.
Oh yeah, and Stolas was a total creepo. Accidentally.
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
would
he
remember.
filled up Ghost pretty bad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You shouldn't be touching
Oh.
it that way.
That point where Omori drew his gun just around the corner of the APC, and it was like
Yeah.
a hair's breadth from accidentally discharging. Yeah, I remember that one now.
Accidentally.
Where Stolas almost got beat up.
Yeah, when Jurgen turned around and went, "What the are you doing?" I almost used your F word there.
There you go.
All right. Well, so that is our game recap. It has been 2 days since the events of last game, where you have done your best and succeeded in destroying the family flyer and attempting to get a new vehicle. Diminutive Demon just redeemed a roll. Oh, Stolas, you now have a free reroll.
Yay, I have one.
So hopefully this means you will live a little bit longer.
He used them all
That is
last game
completely
session. That's true.
subjective. Admittedly, I'm doing the living for the entire gang, so
Okie doke.
I remember you subbing in for my input, but that's okay.
But at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to start everything off. It is the morning time. Again, 2 days. We'll say it's a Friday at this point. From the events of last game. And Amori, we're going to start off with you because you have just had your meeting with Sam and your discussion.
Alrighty. So Maury's going to open up the group chat, and he's going to send a text off everyone, tell them to meet at the garage. I'm going to have a couple things in mind, but noticeably we need to have a meeting and talk about some things that me and Sam discussed. And while we're doing that, we're going to kind of outline how the group flows in combat and non-combat situations, so that the chatter kind of cuts down a little bit. We were kind of disorganized. So we'll touch base with that as well. And I'll see you all there in about 30 minutes. And I know
that's
Ghost will
not
make it because I'm
right.
going to knock on her door and say it's time to leave.
She's already there.
Yeah.
She's probably like, I'm installing this smart link. Hold on. It's a
That
vehicle
means
link.
I have to stop for the donuts.
That's right.
wait, she's left the garage.
Are you kidding?
I'm just saying, she's probably.
You know what
sleeping in the back of
happens
the
if someone
APC.
scratches that vehicle after she's through with it? I will not get in her way the first
Hey,
time someone
scratches
it.
are inevitable in battle.
So,
But you drop the transmission, I'll be sad.
so
very
Houston
angry.
has taken an unhealthy like to the vehicle. He's constantly polishing it, treating it like it's his girlfriend, and so has asked for permission to sleep inside the vehicle.
No.
And if it's a
No.
no, then he's going to ask for permission to sleep on or under the vehicle.
The boy would just kind of look at
we'll
Ghost
get-
and
we'll
go,
get you
your
a-
call.
We'll get you a cot so you can sleep next to it.
So I can sleep next to her.
She's like, I was a tanker, but not like that. I mean, I've slept in my share of vehicles, but we'll get you a cot.
Have you named her yet? I mean,
It's a good thing, Jurgen.
I'll find a good name.
Typically, the driver or the commander names the vehicle.
well, that's
However,
what I said.
sometimes they're allowed to earn their nicknames in operational theaters. So I kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
like
we're gonna let her earn her nickname.
you to let her earn her nickname.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
we'll see how the rolls.
I'm calling her
fall.
Gertie right now.
Oh my god.
She's definitely a Gertrude. And just look at her.
No,
You might want to pull your
No.
mic in a little
That-
bit closer, Todd.
that better?
Yes.
That's a little bit better, yeah.
All right. So I'm like, oh, she's definitely a Gertrude. But it may not be her first name. You guys can name her something else, but she's Gertie to me.
Okay. Anyhow, everyone shows up in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I do have the
nothing outstanding. Stolas. Incoming message for you. You wake up at the usual time.
Yeah.
which means he's going to be late.
Yeah.
Go ahead and continue, guys.
Okay. So I'm just going to assume everyone's kind of there. And Sam got hold of me earlier today before she went to visit and brought up some topics. She took film that she had acquired from all our cameras and ran it together and reviewed it with Locke. Locke thinks...
No, it wasn't Locke.
Dane?
Dane.
Sorry. Oh, I was under the impression it was Locke, but okay, Dane, it's fine. And came away with the impression that they believe they were mercenaries. Now, granted, they could have been hired by any of about 3 different people that came to their mind, but they didn't think they were direct. They were of the combined opinion that that was a mercenary group that hit us and not someone's actual hand, so to speak.
Well, that's great and not great at the same time, I guess. Who are they? Do we know?
Okay. I'm going to go back to the Discord chat and take a quick look here. Darcy, Razor's Edge, for some reason that wasn't explained to me, and someone we've talked about before, Venom. I couldn't remember the context that he came up with in a prior discussion, but I was really sure his name was raised in some prior circumstance. Maybe when we were doing our research on Locke, maybe that's where I'm pulling it from. But Venom and Locke, hardcore enemies from what I understand. Darcy and her people are hardcore enemies. And then there was the other gang, Razor's Edge.
Was he a bad guy in the show?
I have no clue. I'm a nomad. I heard about it, but I never got to see it. I couldn't tell you.
I got to watch a lot of it while I was healing. So, Jerome, let me know if it came up as a bad guy in the show.
He actually did not. Good question, though.
No, he wasn't in the show, so I don't know.
So anyhow,
Just out of character, Venom, DQ told them who Venom was. Like point blank, that he runs the.
If they have the notes, they can call it. Your character is DED dead.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good call. I knew I remembered it from somewhere. I'm going to continue to not remember it. I didn't have that to remember, so it's not me.
Yeah.
And it's not Jurgen, because that's pre-Jurgen.
I was not there.
Yeah.
So, and I did mention it to Sam, and so I'll assume that if we eventually pull it, that's where it'll come from. We're going to ignore it for now then. Okay. So those are the 3 factors. Venom being a single individual. I mean, I suppose someone would have enough money to send 6 hitmen after us that are heavily cyborg, but if you're an enemy of Locke, it seems like a chore you probably would take on yourself.
So did someone successfully follow us there, or did we just happen to be in the right place at the right time for Locke's benefit? I mean, because that was amazing timing.
Are you asking me to guess or to go with what my gut tells me?
I mean, if you've got whatever information you've got, because
I don't think there was anything involving Locke. I think someone shopped us to someone. Who that is? We're now
I
given
told
3
you we were
options.
being followed.
You and that bike person. Sam didn't find anybody. I wasn't seeing anybody during that drive. You keep talking about that. No one was following us.
And yet somehow they followed us exactly to where we were going.
Stolas, I'm not sure you're wrong. Okay.
Wait, so we were the
However-
job? Do we have a reputation then?
We're working on that aspect. We'll get to that part in a second. However, the nuts and bolts of the whole thing is, in some way, and we didn't get a response from when Ghost went over the vehicle for bugs, so I'm assuming none was found. I don't remember ever hearing anything on that topic, so I'm just going to go with we didn't find any. The look for bugs, we didn't find any. However, in today's modern environment, they don't have to last that long. You can put something out for 24 hours and walk away, and there's nothing left but little bitty tiny residue when they're done with it. So it's not a given that we weren't bugged on top of everything else. But somehow that information got out there because no one had our contacts. You either were able to follow us and Sam in particular all the time and not be detected, or we were bugged somewhere along the way. Now, if you're asking me to believe that someone was able to follow all of us at all the key moments when we got that information and got away undetected, I'm going to say I don't buy it.
Right.
Too many moving parts at too many different times. Unless, of course, you're going to tell me it's the U.S. government and it's the military, in which case all bets are off and I may retire tomorrow.
Unless one of us was bugged, personally, but we weren't split up enough to ever find out if that would happen.
Did you talk to your hacker friend and your netrunner friend and find out if our electronics are bugged?
Now we have a bug sweeper.
We have our own bug sweeper, and Ghost is relatively good at using it, so we've let that go at this point. And if you need to be swept, she'll be happy to oblige you, although you might not like where she puts it.
Ha! Yeah, I can sweep your where you're staying too, and your car.
But so we're just going to default to, in one way or another, we got compromised. It doesn't make any difference anymore, truthfully. Whether it was the motorcycle that Stola saw, or electronics, or we were carrying something on a piece of clothing. It's not relevant until we figure out who it is. We have three possibilities. In addition to which, we talked about what to do about Darcy and if we were going to do anything. And Darcy's already got a love note from us. I'm just going to leave it at that. If she doesn't respond, we're just going to let it lay. Yeah, she cost us some money, but we cost her some rep because we made it public. We completed our part of the deal. Someone busted that deal, and she made a public challenge with us. So everyone who was there in that place and heard that challenge and sees that clip's going to go like, totally Darcy. She went to cut him out of the equation and not pay him. So I'm willing to let that stand. Anyone got an objection to it?
No,
All
she can
good.
burn.
Okay, so that takes care of that issue. In hindsight, like I said, we were disorganized when we were shooting. No default. Who do I actually talk to for what's going to happen? So, combat sequence. Normally, I'll lead, Ghost will follow as second, and Doc is third. All of us are adequate tactically on what needs to happen and have been around long enough to know which piece should go in which direction. Jurgen, I like it. You're a great heavy gun, but you have about as much tactics as a tank going on forward drive.
I'm okay. You just point where I'm supposed to shoot. Just tell me where to go. I'm.
We'll be happy to do that.
Yes.
Stolas, as soon as you get a little more combat savvy, I'll be happy to slip you in there somewhere. Don't know, what you want to specialize in, where you want to go to get into that niche, but more than happy to put someone else in the line of fire because truthfully, my luck's about due to run out. I'm the only one in here who hasn't gone to the hospital, and we've done some pretty heavy batting.
I have hit my target almost every single time, and I haven't tossed a grenade and exploded my fellows.
Oh, I need more grenades.
That is not I don't remember that being a requirement. It's you.
No,
You would have to be sober for the team to trust you in a command position. That's putting it as
Oh.
bluntly as it needs to be said. If
Oh,
you're
you're
not
talking about like
sober,
being in charge in middle of combat? Oh, I don't care about that.
that's what we're talking
I'm
about
just-
at this point.
You just made it
Are you
sound
already
like I
on
couldn't
something?
shoot.
She looks around the vehicle like, what? Actually, she's probably in the
Yeah.
near the driver's seat, putting a vehicle link in. Still,
Why don't you give me a intelligence and awareness notice check?
keep going. This will take a second.
Okay. So
I mean, he's high right now. He's just not gonked out of his brains.
So anyhow, on the social side of things, because that's come up if we have to deal with certain groups, we're going to go with Sam, Doc, and me last. Because I am kind of sociable, but there are people with far better people skills than I have. And when it comes time to deal with corporates or an injured citizen, most
Oh,
of them
yeah.
react negatively.
The Quins are having a party. I think it's either this weekend or next weekend. I'm going to be playing a show for them.
Did you actually invite us to the show, or are you just talking?
21.
Okay, Ghost, as you ask that question, he's got some orange underneath his nose. He probably didn't clean up quite as well as he should have.
Dude, you got a little. You need to calm down a little bit.
But no,
Maybe try some synth coffee or something.
The Quins are going to have a party. I'm going to be playing the show. And I can see if I can get you guys invited if you want to come.
We'll see. We have some business we're going to be talking to various people. Sam
Believe
brought
it
up
or
the
not,
point.
unless it's a high and mighty hoity-toity person, I might have a better luck talking to people.
Once again, we'll go back to when you're sober.
Name one rock star that isn't.
We're not
Juiced
working with a
on
rock
something.
star who's going to commit us to a contract that can get us all killed.
Yeah, which is why I don't pick the missions that's almost got us killed 3 times.
But that's what
Or-
this social interaction's about, my friend. That's what I'm
Oh, you're
getting
talking about choosing contracts. Or are you talking about
my.
negotiating contracts?
at. Doc, shoot him. Take out the syringe and shoot him now, please.
Look, Stolas, seriously, you tried to get off the stuff before. You took the Narcan, and then you went right back on it, man. What are you doing to yourself?
I sobered up because I thought I felt an earthquake on the road away from Phoenix.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you're going to feel a lot of strange things. It's messing with your brain.
I'm gonna die one way or another. If he keeps choosing the missions, it's probably gonna be by a hit squad, not by the drugs.
Jeez.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you could be. With the way that you're going.
I pointed out that we were being followed. No one believed me. And then when suddenly we get attacked by a hit squad.
Actually, you're wrong, Solus. If you'd have been listening to the conversation taking place in front, I specifically told everyone to prepare for an ambush. Specifically told them to prepare. That's why Ghost had the sniper position on the car outside.
You thought that I wasn't prepared, expecting an ambush?
I know you weren't, by the way
I
you
thought
acted.
she was. I'm surprised they didn't come in with grenade launchers.
We weren't supposed
Darcy
to have
wanted
grenades.
his head.
We weren't supposed to have grenades.
No, I'm saying the hit squad should
They
have
don't
come in
need-
with grenade launchers.
Oh my, I can't believe I'm arguing with you right now. Doc, please. I need a trank or he needs a downer.
Look, Stolas, you can either just kind of accept what's going on right now, or I can give you something so that you're going to accept what's going on right now. You just had to, do one of these numbers. Come on. And you think you're going to be able to talk to corporates like that? Going, oh, hold on. Oh, let me wipe off the obvious
But the only
crime
jobs
off
we've
my
had
nose.
so far have been from boosters.
Yeah, but we're talking about talking to anybody. I mean, clearly talking to gangs to get jobs is not panning out. So it'd be nice if we could talk to people with deep pockets. And if they see your face covered in orange dust, that could be a problem. Or if you start seeing, I don't know, horns growing out of their heads in the middle of your conversation with them and you bug out, that's not going to help us either, is it?
That's not a symptom of synth coke.
Delusions,
Now,
hallucinations, paranoia.
LSD. Oh yeah, the paranoia, absolutely. But just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean we weren't being followed.
I might shoot you. I might. I'm really considering it right now.
So Stolas in the with the guys I used to ride with, some of them use stuff, and so the best way to get off it is just working out. So like if you and I can get you on some good workout routines, push-ups and lifting weights. You just get addicted to something that's good for you. We can work out together, man.
I love that. I think working out with Jurgen would do immense benefits. Look at how his physique would improve him.
Yeah, I mean, man,
I could just go out and spend 10K in Chrome and just be buff by tomorrow.
Well, that's not working out. I mean, it's a mind and body thing, man.
If all of you don't want me talking to people because you're afraid,
nope. See, once
won't
again,
talk to
you've
people.
exaggerated what we said, and that's the real issue. Not that you can't talk, because you're a good talker, but the fact that you want everything to meet your expectations, and so you exaggerate your responses, and it shows in particular when you use the synth coke. But hey, it's your life. You want to crash it, that's your problem. I'll just let you know, I won't let you take the team with you. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If I think that you're messing us up and one of my team members is going to die because of something you did, guess who's going first?
And have I ever messed up on the job?
Yes.
No.
You weren't functional for the ride out, which means you couldn't perform as a scout. Someone else had to do the job. So, yes, when you're not sober going to a job, when we're particularly cautious about being followed, you fucked up. Pardon my, didn't mean to use the F word, Jerome.
There's our one. That's our one.
And at that point, Amori's going to turn around and walk over to Ghost and go like, if he doesn't chill, we're going to have a firearms discharge action. So I'm going to go outside and let someone else talk to him before that discharge takes place.
I mean, he seems pretty good with a gun while he's... Oh,
damage.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, go relax.
Amori walks outside, takes out his phone, dials up his docking partner from the night before and checks to see if she's going to be available the next night.
Your docking partner is what again?
I look at Skulls and go, man, I think he's going to have a heart problem just from the stress.
That was in Discord.
Oh, okay. I don't have Discord pulled up right now, so.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you might be right. He gets. I mean, I don't blame him with what we just went through. Yeah, I mean, hey, I literally took some hits for the team. I dished some hits for the team. I think I know where he's coming from. That it's serious. We're taking lives and we're trying to save lives, and it's tough trying to wrangle everybody when not everybody is on the same page, especially chemically. And all he's saying is, in the meantime, your responsibilities well, we're going to have to rely on like less. You're going to be a gun that we're going to point you in a direction.
It's like a do it on your own time kind of thing. Not on a job. Cool. Do what you need to do. On the job, if you need some tips to deal with stress while not chemically enhanced, I can put you through some training exercises. So what's our next move? Do we know who we're going for now?
Loud enough for me to hear outside?
Yeah, she's not staying quiet.
Okay.
I mean, she's...
I will, for sake of argument, we'll say yeah.
She's inside the vehicle yelling out, so.
You didn't. It's true. What's our next move?
Yeah. Wig walks back in, goes, need info on Venom. Need to talk to someone in a minimum management at Quinn, and someone in minimum management at where is it?
I mean, really, if he's got a rep, we could just ask around and be like, "Hey, how do I get a hold of Venom? And we have a job for him." Somebody will say something.
While they're
Night's
having
call.
this conversation, he will actually text over to Bench Press and see if she knows who Venom is.
Knight's Call is the other group Sam mentioned that we could use as a possible arbitrator in dealing with Darcy. So if someone had a contact at Knight's Call,
Are they West Side?
They
Where's
are.
Knight's Call?
They are.
Okay.
West Side.
Did we end up going through their territory on our way out?
several
Or did we
times without
okay.
being caught.
Close.
We got
You,
close to
you
their
went along the
territory.
freeway.
And we won't count the two
yeah.
we buried.
Shh, no one needs to know about that.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
Alright.
so we got Knight's Call, Quinn's. What about those other guys whose territory we snuck into last time?
Wasn't on the recommended list to use as intermediaries with Darcy. So I would assume that the others have more hostile relations than the ones mentioned.
Oh, makes sense. We want them to take our side.
Yes, or at least being neutral. We have a minor advantage with using the Quinns. They're going to charge us, but considering they already know they have a tap into the group, and I'm sure that's part of the reason why that's being maintained is a tap on the group. It gets them information they might not have to pay for otherwise. We'll probably get away with less there, but sharing more, which I'm not inherently comfortable with at this point. Just like the idea that someone might decide we're actually just an extension of the Quinns.
Do we have any info on like the reputation of Night Watch? We should dig a little bit and see what they're up to.
I have no clue at this point.
That'll be one of our social ISK outings.
Well, at this point, with what we're looking for information, we're probably looking, if I call up our favorite hacker, we're probably looking at spending 4 or 5 thou. Venom in particular, an enemy with lock, that'll be a touchy one. Darcy and the Harlequins, not Harlequins, Darcy and her group, Harbingers, sorry. Less touchy, more hostile. They undoubtedly have their own people the hacker's going to have to battle for. So, once again, pricey. So it just depends on how we as a group want to go about it. Do we want to try and utilize the Quinns and try and reach out and make sure this is a dead matter? I'd like to collect at least 20K out of that. Or if I can't do that, I'd like for the Darcy and her group to donate to our local charity in this area and let the garage owner dispense money to improve the area.
Then there's a knock on the garage door at this point. At Vanover's garage.
Mhm.
And you see Zone standing there.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Hey, like, I hate to rain on your parade, brah, but no one's like reimbursed me for the vehicle you guys thrashed a while back.
Mhm.
Am I gonna like get paid for that, or?"
Actually, I'm glad to see you. How would you like to become co-owner of this vehicle?
What vehicle? The APC thing that's here?
Yeah.
Why would I want to be like co-owner when I owned my own AV4?
Well, we don't quite have all the money to give you that. However, I'm more than willing to let you drive this for your work while we're not using it.
Huh.
And
I'll need to think about that because I'm not like the best with like APCs or whatnot. More of a flyer, bruh.
I understand, but I figure I'd put it out there. I didn't want you not to be able to work or anything, dude. So I figure I'd mention it, and if it was something you could do, like I said, I'd like you to be able to go out and make your money while we get to the point where we can give you everything that you have coming.
Well, I mean, I've already been kind of out of work as it is, so like, I was kind of hoping you guys would settle here pretty quick and like get me what I was owed.
Um,
Kind of harsh.
I understand. What do you need right now, cash wise?
Oh, I mean, like $1,000 would probably do me good. I could go like get some groceries
Sure.
and some
Maury calls him over and says,
grub and stuff.
I'll transfer $2K over for you right now.
Okay, so just transfer that on, and he gets the ping. Go ahead and make sure you mark it off.
Mm-hmm. Yep, got my sheet called up.
Okay, and he said, Shelly's all upset in the chat, so that you're trying to lend out the APC, and that if he scratches it, she's gonna shoot him in the butt.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh
That's
no.
what happens when you're not around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you guys go ahead and continue. I'm gonna go see about getting some grub and maybe some sex wax for my board and whatnot.
Cool. Have a good day. Enjoy.
So he
Am I-
hops on a bike and drives off.
Am I going to be able to drive Gertie around too then?
I don't know. Are you qualified to drive her around?
I am. I learned.
Wait. In particular, how are you qualified to drive her?
You gave me your phone last time and it had instructions. So I just read a lot.
Have you
That's kind of what I
driven
thought.
heavy
You haven't-
vehicles before?
I've driven vehicles before. I mean, see, I'll get in the driver's seat. And
Have you driven any type of heavy machinery?
Yes. Well,
You have. Okay.
No.
No? No, then you don't get to drive. you get to shoot the gun up top.
But okay, I know how though. So I need practice.
I will teach you.
All right. Then
I will chip you and then we'll unchip you and we'll take a driver's test.
And Maury looks over at her and goes like, he can learn the hard way as far as I'm concerned. You don't
But-
have to be
No,
gentle.
not if he drops the transmission out of this thing.
No, I don't mean that way. I mean you're free to hit him as needed.
Oh.
But do you know if the other guy knows how to drive?
No, probably not.
And you're
That's
offering
why
the vehicle
he
to him.
indicated that he didn't have the qualifications. However, he's a qualified flyboy who got us out of a really bad situation, and we owe him a lot.
Yeah.
And we pay our debts.
All right.
Did I ever tell you that I used to be a Panzer driver, like in the military?
Yes.
No, I know
No.
you know. I'm talking to Jordan.
Okay.
No, I didn't know that. And
Yeah,
then-
so
and then you know
I
how
used to
drive.
shoot people and drive at the same time. It was fantastic.
That sounds fun. I want to do that. Okay, so you're going to teach me then, right?
Yeah, I'll teach you how to do it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I want on the job training, and so
Look, we'll
Yeah.
go out to some unclaimed territory and we'll shoot up some derelict cars and drive around.
okay, all right.
Well, we'll put that on. I'll put on the schedule.
I'm on board.
Jerome,
I'll pay for
before I
that.
forget, out of game, we were going to try and determine what the 30mm shells were and if they came in clips or whatever. Do you have any idea offhand?
Well, the shells actually they wouldn't come in clips or in cartridges because it's a gun like this is belt fed.
Okay. That's what I was afraid of. Built of ammo, that's going to be expensive.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, anything that goes burr, it's you're spending that money. You're throwing that cash away. But
We could break the clips into the sections that we want to use so we don't overshoot.
The belts, yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Or you practice trigger, like this is out of character. You just practice trigger control. Press release. Press release.
Yeah.
We'll need to set up some sort of like fake computer ammo to be like, oh, we're training.
When I'm sorry, out of character, when you said press release and repeated, I'm like, wow. Okay.
That's what the drill sergeants told me to do when I learned to shoot a machine gun.
Mm.
They sat me behind a saw and said, press release. Press release.
Same thing with a 30 or M17 automatic grenade launcher. You hold it down for at least 3 seconds so you can get 3 grenades out.
On a side note, do I get a message back from bench press yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So continuing on, do we want to? I've got 5K I haven't spent yet, sitting there, and since we don't have Sam here, I don't know what's still. No, I'm pretty sure we used most of the account up with last game session. So
I used 10 out of my personal savings.
the account used 10
Oh.
as well. I didn't know. That was because Doc didn't. Doc had already spent a good portion of his money, so we bankrolled with the money we took set aside, and you spent 10. That's where that
I
was?
put in 10.
Okay, then you each put in 5 and can have 5 back.
Okay.
That's what I was afraid of, was people spent more than they should have.
All right, so I'll put 5 back.
Same thing with you, so put 5 back in yours, because we ponied up, and that way, if we need something else, because like I said, I can call Hacker if we want to, particularly if we want to get information on Venom, but it will not be cheap. Just for Venom alone, I expect to drop 3 or 4K.
Let's ask around first, and then if we have to deep dive, we'll deep dive.
Okay, all right, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Stolas has a phone call. No one.
I am not good with people. Don't ask me to ask things unless we're.
That's
like,
why
having
I'm
a
not on the
drinking
people
contest.
list either.
Drinking contest. That's all I got.
People skills are not. Yeah.
I can do a drinking contest.
It almost makes me wish to trade my street deal for charismatic leadership. Almost.
I actually have a ton in charismatic leadership.
Okay, so
But you're too high to use. No, I'm just kidding.
Got to get high.
what was
so high.
the bar
did I
out
get
in the
high?
wilderness that Dane's at? What's that called?
What's that?
The bar that Dane was at.
See over at Superstition?
Well, you mean the one that you spotted him in?
Yeah.
That was
Where Darcy was.
That was the Steel Spur, or yeah.
Steel Spurs? Okay.
That doesn't mean that's where he hangs out. That's where you
I
guys
understand.
encountered him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could go and drop a couple hundred on a meal and food, sit around and listen, see if we get shot at.
Doc just
Sounds
got out of the
great.
hospital.
Well, we're going
Sorry,
to be with a
Doc, I'll
bunch of
cover
other
you.
people with guns, so it'll just be one of those general melees instead of directed mayhem for a change.
Or we can just have a nice meal and ask some nice questions, and maybe people will answer.
I'm all for that as long as you and Doc do the talking.
Sure.
I mean, one of you has that famous tank girl personality going for you. Doc has his
That's not me.
medicine brand of overflowing kindness working for him. And worst comes to worst, we can let Stolas get up and mesmerize the crowd with his singing.
No, yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot he can get out that way, and he can use it as a prelude to next week's event.
Awesome. So are we going to the bar?
Yep. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let's hop in.
So,
Let's hop
okay.
into the new truck. Let's go.
I'm
I
gonna
knew she
practice
wanted
driving.
Oh
I
wait,
knew
no.
she
I
wa-
mean, we probably don't need to drive it around. Let's just take a regular car.
No, we can try. I want to practice driving.
Actually, I think we should make
Yes.
a point of driving it out to that location.
See,
Awesome. Okay,
yes.
yep. Get in.
I'm driving.
I'm gonna link in. Get comfy.
And Jurgen,
Yes, I'm the
whatever
drive.
your biggest piece is, make sure you bring it, and make sure you visibly park it when we park the APC.
What do you mean I physically park it?
Well, we're going to leave the vehicle relatively close to the doors, and I
Okay.
want everyone to see in you the big hunk of wannabe cyborg with this lovely large cannon, deliberately parking it inside. In other words, we're going this for show and tell.
Okay, so just bring the Fenrol, don't bring the Beretta, or bring both.
Bring both. You're taking the small one in and leaving the large one in the APC.
All right. Okay, I can do that.
I knew you could.
I get to bring one.
And off we go.
All right.
Oh, Doc.
Hmm?
We probably need to think about augmenting your standard first aid kit.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty equipped with the stuff I've got. I mean, if I could somehow get a chair or even some sort of small clinic going, because like doing procedures in my place isn't ideal.
Well, I fully concur, and I'm hoping that if things work out well, after taking care of our poor ex-driver, the clinic would be the next addition to the garage locale.
Hey, what's the building next door? I'm just gonna. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go pop out my head out and look at the building next to the garage.
The building next to the garage is an old storefront that's mostly burned out.
Hey, look, clinic space. Just points.
Yeah,
Just
I
needs a new
mean,
window.
the benefit to the combat, since you guys haven't left yet, the benefit to the combat zone is squatters' rights.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's got-
if you want to move into it, you can, but that also means anybody else can move into it too. So
Yeah.
Well-
it's just one of those things, because no one from the city is going to come out there and tell you no. No one
Right.
cares at that point out in that area. You're already risking your life.
Yeah. It's all dog eat dog.
Yep.
Badges are only coming out here if they need to.
If somebody important winds up dead out here, they'll come out because they have to investigate. Otherwise, that's it.
So, the reason I mentioned right next door is because it has power, it has water.
That's what I'm saying. And then we can get in good with the garage guy and be like, look, here's a clinic. Give us a discount. We'll give you
Yeah.
a discount.
That's so you people with people skills thing. That's why I
I'll wait
want
for
to step
Sam
away from
to,
the people skills thing.
negotiate that.
would be nice.
So what do you think, Doc?
I mean, absolutely. That's going to take some cash, so we've got to bring in that income. But yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay, so FYI, I've managed to look it up. I was smart and I went to the Maximum Metal book to go look up the round or the type of gun and round. It's $1,000 €1,000 per shot.
Oh,
What?
Cool.
so
How
it's
many
gonna
bullets
look
per shot?
good. One shot.
Yeah,
Actually-
so,
Per bullet?
so for a
Are there
30
practice
for a
rounds?
30mm gun, it can hold up to 1,200 rounds.
Yep.
A rate of fire of 30.
30K in one shot. Whew. Okay, so it's gonna be for display, and we're just gonna shoot our big guns from the doors.
Actually, we'll probably buy 5 rounds,
Just to have, just in case.
not just in case. You know we're going to use them.
When we really need to make a statement.
Not only when we really need a statement, but that annoying other armored personnel carrier that doesn't want to go away, it's got no better armor than ours. And 5 hits from a 30 millimeter anywhere on the front is going to make them seriously want to be somewhere else.
We can put them into Darcy.
That'd be
No.
good. Yeah,
My
all
sniper rifle
5.
can do that.
I'm sorry, Darcy. I've made arrangements that, yeah, I wouldn't want to compromise those arrangements. It would get me in trouble. I might not be able to sleep in my own room for a while.
Oh, and you guys might want to write this down too. The range for the 30 millimeter is 600 meters.
Okay, hang on here a second.
Wow.
I'm dropping down to my weapon
600?
sheet.
Yep, 600 meters.
30 millimeter range, 600 mm,
No, just M.
ammo. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, that would
1K.
suck if it was 600 millimeters. You're like, it has a mighty brrr, but it doesn't go very far.
I was thinking mega miles myself, but you know. Right.
Mega miles. Mega miles.
Yep, we shot down that airplane on the, 2 states away. Okay. I've got it on my sheet if it's not anywhere else.
We don't get mega damage in this game.
Yeah, it's not rifts.
Yeah, it's not rifts.
Hey, I like drifts.
Me
SDC.
too.
Jeez.
All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna go to the spur
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
for
so you guys
lunch.
hop into the APC at this point, and flee the garage. As you start it up, the big diesel-like engine, as it starts rumbling, you start rolling forward, on the inside. Taking to the streets, most of the vehicles staying out of the way, because cars don't stand up very well to an APC. It's basically just a paperweight.
Yep.
Anything that hovers doesn't really have much to worry about because it's hovering. It's nowhere near the range. But you guys come pulling up to you roll basically through downtown, and come up to the Steel Spur, which is kind of a southwestern looking place like you guys have seen before, reminiscent of Bill Johnson's Big Apple when it was a thing. So a little bit of a country western feel to it. There is some parking. You have to have asshole parking in order to pull up into this place, unfortunately, because you do take up more than one spot.
We're like 4.
Yeah.
I'm saying bare minimum 3. We're
Everybody hopping out at this point, dressed however you want to be dressed. I'll leave that up to you guys. Obviously, the sniper rifle staying inside the APC. You guys come strapped and ready to rock. Walking up to the inside of the place, you can see that the bouncer up front is pretty chromed, similar to what you guys are used to seeing. Looks you guys over, and anybody with like an assault rifle or larger is told to leave it in their vehicle. You can bring in pistols.
There it goes. Okay.
What about
walks back out.
I got to put my Beretta away.
What about SMGs?
SMG should be fine. Yep.
Okay, I'll sign to that.
I'm keeping the Colt and the HK.
Oh, and more he stops after you've taken 2 steps away from him and turns around and goes like, "I suppose you want me to leave the grenades and the APC too."
He nods.
Okay.
I'll walk with him over there to go put stuff back in the
Okay.
in the car. In the secure locked back area.
The boy's looking almost depressed as he puts the grenades down.
We don't need grenades in an enclosed area.
Grenades bad. Okay.
Okay.
But you guys take your heavier weapons now and load it back into the APC. shutting it back up, and then you're free to come back inside. There's, of course, wood shavings on the ground for whatever reason.
Mhm.
There's the board up on the side. Of course, there's some music playing in the background at this point. They've got some Johnny Silverhand with the Samurai. Can you feel that? Bump on out. Can you touch it? Yeah, Garrett, you can bring in your chainsaw. It's all good. He said the chat.
Kind of table that fits us all more or less comfortably, and scrounge up some suitable almost seats, as I remember the seating.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can take up a booth at this point since you're numerous enough. Waitress comes walking over. She looks like she could probably pass for Daisy Duke. Except she's got a chrome arm.
You're pretty.
Well, thank you. Can I get you any of you something to drink?
What do you got? Whatever you have on tap.
We got the Smash.
Sure.
Same here.
I'll
Make
take
it 3.
Yeah, I'll hit 4.
Maury just kind of looks over and goes, "What kind of synths you got?"
What kind of what?
Synth alcohol.
She lists off a couple brands, nothing like,
It's fine.
major.
He names one of them.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'll cover the table," and tells everyone they should order their food if they're going to eat.
Okay.
He
sure
orders,
thing.
Order food
whatever's
too.
closest to like a hamburger and bacon.
Yeah, Synth Burger.
Scop.
Yep. Scop Burger.
Skulls will do that too.
Okay.
He'll eat.
Yeah, I'll eat.
So we got 5 Scott Burgers.
Do I need to get 2? Because I eat a lot.
Maury just shakes his head. Order whatever you want, Jurgen.
Well,
I don't
I'm
want to
asking
listen to
her.
your stomach in the APC. Let me
I'm
phrase
not-
it that way.
I'm asking her. Do I need to get 2? I'll get 2 if you think that I should.
Who are you
Yeah,
asking?
The girl.
The waitress?
The Daisy Duke.
The waitress?
Yeah, the waitress.
She's like,
So
yes,
she-
eat too.
Yeah, so she shrugs. She's like, I don't know your dietary habits, sir.
Maury just holds up 2 fingers.
I'll get 2 then.
Okay, so we've got 6 Scott Burgers and a round of alcohol.
No, I want 2. I don't want 6.
Jurgen and Skulls puts a hand on his shoulder, like, Jurgen, she gets it. She gets it, bud. It's okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I don't want
And
6. That's a
she,
lot.
takes the order down and goes walking off at this point.
Why would you think I need 6?
He
No,
may have
that's-
emotionally scarred her.
That was 6 for the whole table. You're gonna get 2.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, we're good.
Okay. It's nice in here. I don't like the music though.
What a
Maury
shame.
kind of looks over at Doc and goes, "Did anyone explain to him he could get earplugs with his own music?"
That might be complicated, like one thing at a time. One.
Okay. I was just curious because I don't want him to suffer unduly.
I don't think he's suffering. You're not suffering, all right? You're all right, right?
No, I like what. So like when he plays his music, I like that because it's got the oof, oof, oof. I like that music. It's good. But this is just. I don't like this.
Oh, that's right. We have that song that keeps playing on repeat in the car.
So it's just I don't like this music, but it's not. It doesn't hurt. Of course, that's dumb.
And
Well, you're not in the car at this point. You're actually in the bar. It's
No, I know. I'm saying. I go. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't
yeah,
hurt.
it's Samurai being played right now.
I'm
And
gonna
then-
go up to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
stick
then
out on my way
before
out.
we do our normal thing and open our mouths too much, Amori takes out the bug jammer, puts it in the middle of the table and turns it on and goes, "Doc, let us think before we open our mouths this time."
Hey, yeah, no. Admittedly, right. No more of that talk.
Okay, so Ghost walks up to the front, to the
I'll-
bar at this
I'll
point. I guess.
grab one of the
there's a cou-
bartenders.
There's a
or
couple
waitresses.
people in here, but they're all keeping to themselves at this point.
Yeah. No, bartender or waitress, whoever's back there.
Yeah, bartender.
Okay. I'll flag him over.
So he comes walking up. What can I get for you, ma'am?
I got a beer coming to the table already, but so I'm looking for someone for a job, and I was recommended to get a hold of Venom. Do you, by any chance, know who that might be, or who I need to talk to? Has that
So-
name been around?
Yeah, so he kind of chuckles at that point and he says, "You're new to these parts, aren't you?"
Yeah. I'm from the coast.
Yeah, I could kind of tell. You don't go asking for Venom. If he wants to find you, he finds you.
Oh, so you don't ask him for favors? That's usually bad
you
news.
want to ask him for. He says, "Okay, so since you're new and clearly clueless, let me offer you a free piece of advice, chickadee. He's a bad dude. You don't go randomly looking to hire somebody like that.
Well, I've had my
Unless-
fair share run of bad dudes. So,
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you.
no, I will take the warning as the warning. But I need someone who's good with very little morals.
All right then. Well, I'm sure you could probably hop on the city intranet and post up an ad someplace, a wanted ad, and if I guess if he deems you worthy enough, he'll pay attention and probably reply.
Is he bad enough? Like, is he like really the only other person I know in this area is Vasi from the Russians. So
He's several steps above.
okay, so I
Vasi,
might be
yes.
swinging a little bit out of my league, but I ran with Vasi for a really long time. Okay, I'll make sure to put a post up and see if we can get his attention.
Okay, well then, you do that,
Thank you for the warning.
and good luck with that.
Thanks. I'm gonna like wander back over to
Okay.
the table and be like, "Whoo, Venom's a bad man. Like, he comes looking for you, mob style, worse than Vasi. It's a bad dude. We don't go finding that guy. Like, if he even slightly wonders what is going on, then we maybe like have a hit on us. So I don't know.
Remore just kind of looks at his drink. Is it frosted, Jerome? Did it come chilled?
Yes.
He goes, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3. Did I get the right number yet, Doc? I know we're 3 people that will. God.
You know, I mean, look, we got to be able to find something about this guy, right? So we know he's a bad dude. We could have probably figured that out, what with his apparent reputation, but we've got to know who he's connected to now.
Can
Is
we
there
see?
anybody we can
Can we
talk to
see
about
if
that?
he's hiring anybody? Have we seen jobs from him anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Nothing
I
like
can
that.
reliably say no. We've been at the boards probably every 3, 4, 5 days.
Okay.
At different times, and I've never seen a posting by him. If he's doing anything, he's probably got someone who screens, and then whatever passes the screening probably gets bucked up to him.
And he's probably got his own fixers.
I would, yeah.
And Ghost, you actually name drop somebody who might actually have the ability to reach him.
Oh yeah, I know, but he's gonna kill me. I mean, if you guys want to go talk to Vasi, you can, but do not. Oh wait, I don't look the same.
No, you
You
don't.
do not look the same.
So the Russians.
So the Russians, you're gonna start a conversation with the Russians.
Well,
Still
yeah.
no
Right.
So
He
no
looks
response?
around first, like, okay, there's not that many people. All right, go with the Russians.
So Vasi and I were a thing for a while. Did not end well. Kind of like the did not end well with that other rocker girl. So,
Amori just kind of like really sighs loudly after that last statement.
Woo!
but he would know how to get a hold of Venom, for sure. And I can give you
mean,
pretty much anything that Vasi used to be interested in looking for a trade. Like, I have information you can drop to him and be like, hey, we need to talk, to
like,
maybe get his attention so we can actually have a conversation with him.
so do you actually have some sort of leverage over him? Like, he would get info from you that he would want? Because he's just not gonna name drop Venom and explain what's going on without.
I mean, you could tell him that you know about
Amori just
Omen
downs the rest of his drink and signals for the waitress to bring over another.
and where to
Okay.
find me, but that may be the only information he'd be willing to exchange for. Though he did let me go, kinda.
Any
After he
response
tried to
from
kill
bench
me.
press?
So I don't know. I mean, I'll let me write down everything I know about him, and then I will. You can pick and choose out of any of that information that you may want to use, and we'll get Sam on it too, so she can look it over.
Actually,
So
I think we might compartmentalize that. You write it up, digitize it so it's private, okay?
oh yeah,
Lock it, and we'll put that on hold because maybe we might be better off just letting them arrange for them to kill each other off.
Do I know if they have any animosity towards each other, Jerome?
Oh yeah, no clue.
Yeah, I have no clue if they actually like each other or don't like each other.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the Russians and Darcy.
Oh yeah.
That would be about the right size.
I mean, we could use the Russians as a mediator.
There is that possibility as well. And that would allow us to see if anything's still being said about your past and relative safety.
Yeah. But I don't look like me, which is a benefit now. Won't know who I am.
You still sound like you, though.
Doc, you can fix that.
Actually, even if she did, and even if we fixed it, there's a plus and minus to both. Because
I mean, if you saw my rifle and me driving a giant ass truck, probably put two and two together, but wouldn't be that bad. I mean, he's smart, but not that smart.
well,
I mean,
we could always arrange it so she really looked like Tank Girl. You know, get her a couple leather miniskirts to wear and the nice boleros, on top. And
Oh God, no! Can't fight in that. How am I supposed to run?
you're not supposed to fight in that. You're supposed to distract with it.
Oh yeah, I know how to distract him. That's fine.
See, there we go. And even if it crosses his mind, he's not going to spoil it because he can have his cake and eat it too if it comes to that.
It's true, unless he realizes who I am, and then I'm dead.
So
Yeah, I don't think he'll do anything like that.
I mean, though I do have a new cyber arm that is pretty strong. I don't know. It would be close.
We'll talk about it, but let's get it set up, and we'll keep it on the back burner as things we can explore if everything else seems to be a bust. I'm
Right,
not
sounds
adverse to it, but I prefer to stick to less risky exposure items as far as you're concerned. I mean, we invested a lot in making you invisible.
And Stolas, so you have a text message, and you were asking
All right.
what specifically from bench press?
Just who he is, or do you know a Venom?
So yeah, you get an emoji thumbs up, or you get an emoji 2 thumbs up.
He'll respond with, "Who is the guy?"
Then you get a base text back that says he's some bad former edge runner and now crime boss of sorts.
Like a booster leader?
She says kinda, but she says from what she knows, he's big enough that Arizona government actually fears him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Kissy face, kissy face. Oh, sorry. Need one more. 3 kissy faces.
Okay. So she sends an emoji of a cheek, like a face cheek, and then 2 emojis for her butt cheeks.
Clapping hands back. I have self-awareness, so I feel horrible for doing that. He'll say to everybody else, Bench Press said that he's like a former booster who's gotten super big that even the Arizona police don't mess with them. Kind of all John Gotti.
Okay, that actually makes a certain amount of sense. It's not like we expected Locke to make little enemies.
Makes sense. He's a former edge runner too.
Yep. Okay. Now, we're going to acquire all this information, and I need a gut response from everyone. Walk away from Locke. Once we've got it, just hand it over and go like, these are possibilities, and indicate we're available to act as a mediator if that's what anyone wants, or if they're going to do it themselves. Because Locke's running out in the open right now, basically. He's with family, and that's going to get covered. Sooner or later, he's either going to have to go burn his way out and go back to hiding, or they're going to, he'll get spotted. And then it's just a shootout in the city.
Right.
So everyone kind of needs to think about that. We'll pursue this because, Sam, God bless her golden little heart, is got that whole, do-gooder thing going. But money is also good. And we now have a very expensive vehicle with very expensive armament, which I'd like to be able to use without worrying about if I'm going to be broke the next morning.
And we could go on jobs. Safer jobs. Safer
Not safe. On the jobs.
Safer.
We still can't take on 2 jets legitimately.
No.
Although I do want you to put one of the jets as the first kill on the vehicle.
We'll need those rounds.
I know. And if you're a good girl and we get rich enough, you can have the missile mount too.
Yes, missiles. Jurgen, I'll teach you how to shoot missiles. It'll be great.
Oh,
or we'll just ship it. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to find.
No, that'd be great.
So anyhow, there's that. Stolas, open up a line of inquiry with your girlfriend and middle management there. And if anyone has done arbitration with Darcy.
I'll see what she says.
Yep. And then none of us have a contact with what was the other group? Razor's Edge, Venom, Darcy, Razor's Edge. Knight's Call. No one has a contact to Knight's Call?
Not I.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't think I do either. Nope, not me either. Molnar, Barson, Not me.
Were they supposed to be somebody we could use to arbitrate with Harbingers?
Yep.
You know, and he brings his voice down a little bit. We've done the task. Where in the rules does it say we just can't, like, find their hideout and blow it up?
Actually, we acquired that information last time. I paid for it. It's somewhere in our notes. We had a list of vehicles and where the vehicle park was. And even with the APC and 1,200 rounds of 30 millimeter ammo, it's still not a sure thing.
The point I'm making
I understand. Go ahead.
is someone, and I'm not directly blaming Darcy or Marcy or whatever, had us followed, or just so happened to be going to have found Locke on the same day that we found him, and tried to kill us all. Why can't we retaliate?
Here. Oh, that was loud. Sorry.
I mean,
There's
I imagine-
nothing wrong with retaliation. And actually, if you spoke to Ghost and Doc for any amount of time, you'd find I've raised the topic, and Sam, on numerous occasions. However, retaliation only works if you hit the person who shot you. It does not work very well if you shoot another party that had nothing to do with it. And in this case, there are lots of hands in play, much more than what we knew about. Granted, we've kind of narrowed it down to what we think are the three big possibilities. But I got to tell you, if I hit Darcy and it turns out it's Venom, we can all go home and retire.
If it's Venom, we're all getting
If
getting
it's Venom,
anyways.
he's not going to bother with us. Really. He's got no reason to. It's whatever his thing was with Locke, he had his chance and missed it. If we don't name him, and we haven't, we've implicated Darcy. That's been our whole spiel. He's going to sit there and laugh because everyone's going, she did it. He's got no reason to come out of the woodwork and do anything at this point. Point of fact, he'll be looking to see if we don't flush him out again. We did it once. He's got quite a realistic expectation that if push comes to shove and Darcy continues to nudge us, we'll do it again.
I don't like being done dirty like that
None of us do.
because it feels like we got double crossed,
And
and it feels like we're rolling over. We're rolling over and just taking it. Now, I know some people's moms might like that. I do not. Drink, drink, drink.
I agree with you. Give us a valid target that we're at least 50% sure is legit. Not a maybe. 50% sure is the minimum I'm willing to go for a hit against any of those principles. I think that's a fair number. If you can't show up with something that's 50% viable as a choice and legit, all you're doing is selling us, burial ground.
And again, he'll bring his voice down. But if it is Venom, why not just find out where he is? We set Ghost up and just let her take her time and pull the trigger.
Okay.
I mean, we are trying to find out who he is and where he is.
I'm just saying.
You are 100% correct in your expectations. And for the record, I may have accidentally started a conversation with Ghost a while back on what you're talking about. May have accidentally. I'm sure it was an accident. We must have been drunk at the time.
Wait, what are we talking about right now? Sorry, I was eating.
When we accidentally discussed how
Flatlining people
Oh, am I just shooting Darcy? Is that it?
or other people.
God, thank God for the bug jammer.
And Skulls, your phone starts to ring. It has
Boy,
the
just going to look at
Said
his
it-
phone
she said it
and reach for
quietly.
his pistol automatically.
and as your phone is ringing, it has an ice cream truck ring.
Oh no, that I never would have activated that. That's not good. So he looks to see who's calling.
Amber,
Yes.
and you remember why. You were drunk at the time and you were trying to find some jingle that would be distinctive for her because she almost never calls you. So you just like grabbed one that made you giggle at the time, and now you're kind of regretting it because it sounds really cheesy.
I'll be right back. And Skills stands up and he like, is there like a restroom or something in
Yeah.
the area? Okay.
And
Cowboys.
Roy reminds him,
There.
Doc, you're leaving the area that the bug's effective in. So think about that when you talk.
Right, yeah. And he heads off and heads
Heading
into the
over to
bathroom.
Cowboys' room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he answers the call. He goes, Amber?
Yeah. Why are you acting so suspicious? I know I
Hey.
haven't called in a while, but
No, no, not suspicious. Just I don't know, surprised. Yeah, just been a while. Have you been?
fine is now a bad time.
No. No, it's great. No, it's great.
And what is that
It's just
reflective background in the back?
it,
Did you take me
what?
into the bathroom?
Right.
Dude,
What? Nobody's seen it. You're fine. If everything's fine. What's going on? What'd you need?
are you still in Phoenix?
Yeah. Been here ever since we last met.
Because I came into town. Wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure if you were going to still be here. You seemed like the type that was more content with still moving.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was able to find more and more work, and things were just working out, and made a few connections on a crew right now, actually. So things are going all right. So I figured I wouldn't move, but what's bringing you back into town?
Oh, well, the group that I was with up in Moab, they split ways, and so I came back down here, uh, potentially looking for work. I didn't want to cross over into California. You know what it's like with Night City right now.
Right. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. I mean, have you found any work yet? Did you actually find a crew or anything, or is that where you're looking for now?
Well, funny you should ask. This group, they're called the Harbingers. Maybe you've heard of them.
Oh,
They
jeez.
they've been asking about you, and we happen to be talking, and I'm thought, hey, I'd go ahead and give you a call, see if you were interested.
Oh, okay. One quick second. So, how long have you been in Phoenix? Like, how much about the area and the people do you know, Amber?
Not a lot. I've only been in town like 2 days.
Okay, yeah. Be super careful with the scavengers. They're one of the gangs in the area. I don't know if they presented themselves as that to you,
They did.
but yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason probably why they brought me up. My team and I have had a run-in with them. Still, a contract involved. What what did you say exactly when you're talking to them?
Well, they asked me if I knew you and just shared a little information about when we were up in Flagstaff. but that would kind of explain why they keep looking at me as I'm on the phone now.
You're
shit.
there right now.
Oh.
Okay. Amber, you need to leave. You need to just hang up the phone right now, and you need to get out of there.
Okay. Thanks for that. And I will talk to you soon. And she
Good.
hangs up.
And he goes ahead and puts his phone away, heads out of the cowboy's room, marches over to the table, and instead of sitting down, he puts, this is a booth, he puts his hands on the table, and he's like,
Uh-oh.
okay, there's a friend of mine. I didn't expect her to come into town, but she's new in town. Didn't know the dynamics of power in the area, and she's at the Harbingers right now. I've told her to actually leave, but I'm wondering if maybe we should maybe drive by their territory, see what's going on, see if we hear any gunshots.
Do you think she needs an escort?
She
Amore
might.
just kind of looks at Doc and goes, seriously? Seriously? Are you competing with Ghost?
All right, get in. Let's go. Lock and load.
We're going for a ride.
Amore, she's the driver. I mean, you know, what
I
can
just
I say?
stuffed the rest of the burger in my mouth. Let's go.
Amore
Let's
looks
go.
at Ghost. I'm finishing my food.
Take it
I
with.
am not.
To go.
She's on. She was really in Hairbinger territory talking to you on the phone.
She was literally there because she was looking for work and didn't know any better, and they mentioned my name. So
Gotta go.
yeah.
She's in trouble.
He grabs his burger, finishes off his beer.
We all know they got augmented hearing. We all know they have augmented hearing. There is no way they weren't listening to that conversation. Not a way in hell. Once they knew she was tied to, oh fuck, pardon my creek.
Come on, let's get
I'm
in the vehicle.
Like chugging the glasses I'm walking and sit on the bars. I like before I go out the door.
Everybody hustling back out to the APC at this point to be
I settle the tab with
reunited
15%.
the large firearms.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, you don't have rounds for the gun, so APC can't go burr yet.
Yep. Oh, I'm aware, but it can go ram really well. It can.
Can
It could get
spin
into an
idle?
argument with a motorbike without it being a problem.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Just before we get started on this, does it actually have gun ports, Jerome? Some of them do, and some of them don't. And I don't recall seeing anything in the specs about gun ports.
What was the APC name again?
That would be you, Ghost.
Hold on. I'm also wrangling toddler.
Yeah, I know.
It's oh god. Child. I don't even know where I saved it. It's
I best.
I thought he put it in the chat, but
Which
I'm not
chat?
seeing it.
I know there was a picture of it, but I thought my gun bunny had it, so I didn't bother. My error.
I saved the picture.
Okay.
Does the picture have the name on it?
I know exactly which one you're talking about now. I need to
Okay.
go.
And then I'll put it on my sheet so that we won't have this issue next time.
Oh no, that's the old one.
Let's see. You know, we're probably giving Sam a heart attack.
She's actually not watching right now. I think she's probably out of range or something.
Thank God.
But Shelly is quite upset.
To be honest, I'm a little jealous if she's out at a range right now.
No, out of range. She's
Out of the
traveling.
range.
Oh, I thought
Okay, so the from August 23rd. Scroll all the way back. Here we go. Did I give you guys the name of the thing?
I was
did
pretty
not.
sure we did, because
I know I
you
said
sent
it.
the picture.
Yeah, but I sent the picture, and I see the pictures. Doggone it.
That's my bad. I should have put it on my sheet.
Okay, where did I get that? Shoot. This wouldn't be it. This is the wiki. Cars.
Yeah, I just put minus 10K vehicle. I just put the name on it. Minus 5K vehicle.
Yeah, I left that for our tank girl to
Yeah, going
Sorry.
forward, let's not
Okay.
leave this for anybody in particular. Everybody
Just all write it down.
should be making some notes on these things, so that way I don't have to go back and
Yep.
look it up.
Yep. Nope. That was an error on
It's
my
not even
part.
on my notes. My notes page. God. I was too excited to be like, we're getting one.
Yep. I put the FN fouls on my sheet, but I didn't put that in there. That's my error.
Let's try that. Because I know there's stats for it. It's just they use that picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For in particular, and I'm not finding it.
You want us to go with or without gun ports?
Well, looking at the, I at least have the picture here. It does not have gun ports
Okay.
along the side.
That's what we'll go with then.
That doesn't mean that somebody can't open the side door and spray and pray or something.
Yeah. No.
That's always an option.
Yeah. No. We'll just go with no gun ports for now, unless we find it.
You guys go ahead and chat real quick. I'll be right back. One sec.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the spray and pray.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be in back with
Okay.
one of the big guns. What's your body, Stolas?
Oh, not good.
Okay, you cannot be in the back then.
I was going to be in the back to begin with. I don't know what you were thinking about putting me.
Well, I could put you up front with the driver, so she can concentrate on driving, and you can at least defend the front. The back's got to have some body strength because we're going to be bouncing around loose, only held on by clips. We'll be clipped in. You know, they clip. You can clip it in to stand upright, but someone's going to have to kneel. The guy facing the door is going to have to kneel, so the guys behind him can shoot over him. So we're all going to be tied up, and that'll be interesting. Yep, that will be interesting. Sorry, Jurgen, you're the door gunner.
All right.
Oh no, I wouldn't be if I was you.
I'm at the door. I can do that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, maybe I should learn to drive. That way the two people who can shoot can always be available to shoot.
well, we're getting to that point. I mean, I would prefer to have a top-notch sniper, but I also like to get where I'm going without trashing a 100K vehicle.
Because I do have that. I add 20. 20 is my base drive.
So
But you're
This
not
just
using
reinforces
drive.
my decision. We need a couple. We'll have to pony up for 5 rounds.
My operate heavy machinery and drive is the same. It's still base 20 because I have my special ability is driving.
Oh, well.
Nice.
It is called Vehicle Zen.
Yep.
I don't have a special ability. How do you get a special ability?
You do. Yours is
It's based on
Combat
your class.
sense.
Yeah, yours is combat sense because you're a solo.
I'm actually a Panzer driver. Like that's my class. It's Panzer. Tank
Very
driver.
desirable.
But I've got a 5 in combat sense.
Yeah, that's your
Oh.
base.
Then that's what you've got.
And
Oh.
don't forget to add that into initiative.
Yeah, that combat sense goes into your initiative. It goes in every time you make an attack.
Oh. Okay.
I'll add it in.
When you said you had 20, I'm like, how the hell? Like,
Oh, because I have a reflexes of 9. So reflexes of 9, drive of 6, combat sense of 6, and then vehicle link is 2.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Like my charismatic leadership is a 10.
Yep. And actually, he does really well with it under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
So, can't argue that.
By the way, completely out of character. I know I'm being an ass.
Yeah.
Dude, you're role playing. No
No,
one
yeah,
here
exactly.
has a qualm with it.
Right,
This
yeah.
is why
We're all role playing.
we're all role playing, which is why I reach a certain point and I'm like, legitimately, Maury would shoot him about now. It's time to palm this off to Doc or Ghost, and I'll go outside and make arrangements to take out my aggression later tonight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. Nope. Don't worry about it, man.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. And I RP with some people take it to serious extremes, and I'm like, dude, RP doesn't require quite that.
Yeah.
You don't have to cry while you're. But it really makes
But yeah, no, we're all aware of the fact you're doing good RP, and hey,
Okay.
it makes it interesting. Dude, it makes it interesting. That's what it's about. So, Jurgen's got the door. Me and Doc will be behind him. We'll do the tie downs.
And if you guys want me on
the
the,
driver,
and I can be in the front,
Oh, we have a new GM.
in the window. I have my nice rifle that I stole off the hit squad.
so now, Jurgen,
Yeah.
how big a body type do you have? Are you at like 9?
More than that, I think. I
There
have
we
10.
go. I'm
You have
back.
10?
Wow.
Okay,
What
so
about-
the way this one will play out is if the gal goes down, you're the guy who has to go get her. You have the biggest body. You'll take the most. And if you
All
go
right.
down, then I got to go out and try and bring you both in.
Okay.
After you is me.
Right. So we're showing up. And I'm going out to get it. Okay.
Yep. As long as she's still running, she gets to make it on her own. We'll get the vehicle to her as close as we can. Once the body goes down, that's you on the line. After you, it's me.
All right.
As
Okay.
we're driving, Skulls pulls a photograph out of his pocket. He unfolds it, and he shows it to people and go, "This is what she looks like. This is the friendly Amber."
Okay.
And
Lori kind of looks at it and looks at Doc and goes, "It's an X, right?"
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
I
Yes.
mean, right.
Somehow this
yes.
group doesn't do anything other than X's.
So if you have seen the picture, I don't know if you shared it. She looks like the actress Christina Hendricks from Firefly, who played Saffron. She's also from Mad Men, the
Oh, I love her.
the buxom redheaded woman.
Well, at least it's
You know
worth
how to
playing
choose
for.
your inputs.
You want me to come with you? Are you tired? What do you need, baby?
Yeah, she's awesome.
So, Jerome, I'm assuming that like most APCs, this has the combat straps, so the inside people can stand upright and not have to worry about being jostled around.
Mhm.
Okay. Before we get started, we got Jurgen at the door. Me and Doc back him up in the rear. Stolas is up front. He's driver defend. If we get to the site and she's out and running, or it's something where we can be immediately available, we're just going to drive. We're just going to drive up and try and do the rescue right there. I'm sorry. Jurgen's job is to go out the door and get her back. If he goes down, it becomes my job. So that's the way that'll kind of play out once we get there. Just depends on what we find when we get there.
Okay.
Did you know your cat has a circle on its haunch?
What?
It has a circle of dark fur.
Oh,
It's a circle of darkness.
I mean, could be. I don't pay attention to her backside like that.
Haunch is like right here.
Stolas needs to change his viewpoint.
Oh no.
Too much on his hands and knees.
Oh my.
Yeah, we'll throw Baymax in there for that one.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right. Okay, so let's get back to it. All right, so Ghost, why don't you go ahead and give me a drive check? So it's going to be your reflex and your operate heavy machinery.
Nice. Wow.
$45.
Jesus.
Wow.
I
okay.
drive that baby like it's.
Holy smoke.
I'm like
Yeah.
weaving in and out of traffic. I hit the outskirts and it was like,
Yep.
let's go.
So, and what did we say the song that was playing? Was it Cotton Eye Joe?
No.
No, it was
We like the cars that go boom.
Oh,
like
that's
the cars
right.
that go
Yeah, we like the cars. So, all of a sudden that bass starts kicking in. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like as if this song was somehow superimposed onto like the Fast and Furious soundtrack, and it somehow fit. Like she's just sliding in and around the streets on her way there, barely losing anything from maximum acceleration, and like not even swiping vehicles on obstacles on sharper turns, just going pitch perfect, just flying down the combat zone at this point, just blowing right past people, not without even hesitation. It's like she is in the zone, and this is the first time actually you've gotten a chance to see her really drive. And she's just racing on down that way. So who is anybody hanging out to be a gunner, or are you waiting to get to the scene?
Jurgen was back at the back door, so the only one able to do the bubble gunner would be me or Doc. So, I mean, we're not there. Odd or even, Doc?
Even.
I go up.
Okay. So you guys are flying out there. You didn't really get a location per se, but you're heading northward at this point. Towards what you believe to be the Harbinger territory.
Right.
Take it easy, Garrett. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay.
And racing down there as quickly as possible. Doesn't really have like any radar set up in this vehicle. Hold on a second. We got messages.
Callie said she's going to be right
Okay.
back. She's laying down the baby.
Yep.
All right. Dealing with the baby. Hope, do you mind? Thank you. All right. At this point, with as fast as she's going, why don't the rest of you give me intelligence and awareness notice checks?
Intelligence. Why do I always not find it the first time?
Where is notice at?
There it is. It's under intelligence, third line down, and I always go back the first time.
I have a mighty 17, sir.
All right.
20.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me go to the dot pot. Slash.
And if it's not enough to
7.
notice anything, he is thinking about risks inside
17.
his head.
17?
Yep.
7.
Wow. What did you roll?
I rolled a 2 and a 5.
All right. You rolled it.
Wait. No, hold on.
You got to roll 1d10.
For each number, right?
No.
No, you got to roll 1d10 because you're
And
just
add your
adding all
score.
the numbers together.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah.
a mistake. Okay, so I've got sense of 5, intelligence 3. Okay. Well, it's not going to be much better here. So 1d10. Okay,
Yeah.
8 plus 3. I had 11.
Woohoo! All right. So between the roaring of the engine, how
And I'm
fast you
singing
guys
along
are
with the
going,
song.
and Latrim talking
that
about
go?
how they
Boom.
like cars that go boom.
The cars that go boom. We like the
Um,
cars that
yeah, you
go
guys
boom.
aren't hearing anything. She's just racing up. I should say not up, but you're racing down these streets, heading in a general direction, hoping to hear or see something. So,
I'm distracting everybody with my singing along.
Jurgen is having way too much fun with Latrim.
There go boom.
We're Tigra and Bunny, and we like the boom.
See, this is where a team hacker would be useful.
Yeah.
So you just have to repair the stereo. You don't need a hacker for that.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we could have hacked her phone location.
Oh, well, yeah. All right. Yes, the dreaded dice bag. Okay. So, Dale.
Yeah.
Since she is your contact.
Yep.
Would you like odd or even?
Odd.
Okay. All right. So you guys are at this point flying up that direction, and because you didn't get any location, as to where she's at, it's making it very difficult to find where get any sort of location from her. You end up coming up. Get the map pulled up real fast. There we go. That's what I thought. Okay. So you guys are still kind of going in a straight shot. And you end up at this point coming out. It's at this point it's some of it is vacant fields out here. And what you're passing, because you're going down a side street at this point, which is all mostly open, but the street itself is all tore up. You're getting to the remains of what appears to be a water park, the Wet and Wild that sits way north in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, of course, some homes in this area that look like at one point in time they were probably on the nicer end, and it's massively dilapidated out here. Like it's almost like a bomb. Like it got. I shouldn't say a bomb, but it's like several haboobs just kind of blew through here. It's just a lot of dirt, a lot of wind damage, and nature corrosion. And you're not seeing or hearing anything at this point.
Get on the headset. Tell Ghost to bring it to an idol.
Okay, she is not here. So could someone roll for her, please?
I rolled poorly earlier. Somebody else rolled.
Oh. 8, 10. Rolled a 4 for her.
Meanwhile, you're just like, the cars that go boom. Or Tigra and Bonnie, we like the boom.
Okay, so you rolled a 4.
Yeah.
So she's getting an 18. So she's bringing it to a stop. Just it's like the closure is not the greatest at this point because she's coming to a complete stop, but it's actually taking a ways to do that, and you end up you don't wreck, but she ends up running it up onto the remains of what used to be the sidewalk.
I'm okay with that. I'd tell her just to leave it in low idle, run it, let it crawl, and then does the top's an enclosed vehicle mount, correct?
Yes.
What I'm in?
Mhm.
Doesn't. Okay. And then I get on the headset and tell Jorgen, I said, pop the back door open a little bit.
Done.
And have Doc do a sound check.
Sound check. I'm popping the back door open.
Okay.
I'm going to start recording.
Sure.
And do I see anything from the window since I'm up front?
You're welcome
that
to
mighty
roll.
17.
You're no, you don't see anything. Doc, are you going to make another awareness or intelligence and awareness notice check? See if you hear anything that you can see.
Yeah, I can do that. And I'll spend a couple of my luck on this, too.
All right.
18.
Okay, so you don't hear anything outside of the fact of the vehicle. There's a little bit of wind blowing through remains of what had been trees. Thank you for the follow there.
Before you go,
Got a new follower. But you do see in a distance a trail of smoke.
I'm seeing smoke in the distance. Is it like pointed behind us?
It's not, yeah, it's behind you, and it's not like rolling up. It's like something was shot skyward, so it's like a stream.
Like a flare was shot, or
Probably more like an off-target missile.
Okay.
Oh, someone was pissed.
Yeah, we might want to head in that direction if we want to see the action. That might have been like a missile or a rocket or something over yonder.
Maury goes, what makes you think that wasn't aimed at us?
I mean, wouldn't we have heard that? Does it look like it was where we were, or?
It's hard to say, given the anticipation at this point.
Okay.
But if
Ghost,
it
make the car
exploded,
go boom.
if it exploded anywhere near you, you would have heard it.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Okay.
armored, but we would have heard something. That's still kind of that's off where we were.
All right. We'll head back at a reasonable rate. And I remind Ghost that we want to be able to zig and zag as the need requires. And that I'd prefer not to drive into the missile head on. I've already had that experience.
Alrighty. So she turns around, throws it back into gear, and starts driving. Do you want her to go as fast as she was going before, or
No, she. What was she at offhand? I mean, in context, I'd like her to bring it down about 20%.
okay? All right. So she's going to go fast, but not breakneck speed like she was going before. So with some urgency.
And Doc, do you have augmented vision?
Nothing like that. No.
Okay. Jurgen, you got augmented vision?
Hold on. I have target scope and an image enhance.
No, not enough. I was looking for someone who's going to be able to get out at a distance. You're good, probably under 500 feet, but beyond that, I don't think it works. If my understanding is correct,
Right. I mean, I can put my eye on the top of the car.
I'm doing that. We'll let you stay in your head a while,
Okay.
and we'll head that way. Just let us know when you need to start checking, Jerome.
Okay. So you're driving back at this point, back into the city at this point. It looks like what happened is you guys may have overshot their territory by quite a bit. And driving back, go ahead and roll for Ghost again.
Okay. Three.
Wow, your rolls are worse than mine.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Better than mine.
All right. Well, you guys come rolling back in. At this point, she's going fast, but hitting the potholes and disregarding any obstacles that might be in her way. So it's like if it's a barrel or a trash can or something, she's just not even turning, just go straight through it.
Yeah.
So the drive is significantly more bumpy going back than it was getting up here. Everybody go ahead and give me I keep trying to say like wits, but intelligence and awareness notice.
Intelligence and what? Awareness? Sorry.
Intelligence and awareness notice.
That's much better. 23.
Okay.
11.
That's what I had
22.
before.
Remember, if you roll a 1, let me know.
Nope, I did not roll a 1. I rolled a 2.
14.
14. Okay. What was the highest roll? 23.
That would be me.
Where I got
Doc?
23, yeah.
Okay.
I got 22.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Amori, as you are trying to keep an eye out from the side, from the windows and listening at this point, you guys end up driving. For visual references, you guys end up passing up the 101 at this point. Back, you're well within the radius in which the Harbingers claim, and you can tell because there's tagging and spray paint and whatnot on many of these wreck buildings. You get up around the Deer Valley Shopping Center,
Okay.
which isn't far from the 17 and the 101.
Right.
And you end up seeing some pops off in the distance, as pops and crackles, as it looks like some tracer rounds and whatnot are flying off or ricocheting or whatnot. So it is very clearly an active gunfight.
Yeah. Well, Ghost said that way.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We'll have Ghost head that way.
Okay. Sorry, I think I may have accidentally bumped the jack on my thing, and sometimes it fuzzes out a little bit.
No problem.
All right. So go ahead and roll for her again as she's doing a combat turn to get head towards the action.
There you go, Dale.
All right.
What'd you get?
6.
6. Boy, those mid-range numbers. You went from 5 to 4 to 6.
Yeah, whenever I'm rolling for her, it's
All right. Well, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
Given what she's got. So she, at this point, flips it into gear, makes a sharp combat turn, sliding in through the parking lot, bulldozing over the remains of what used to be like a little newsstand. It's long since lost to any publications or anything, but the rusted form was still there, and not anymore. So just killing some dead bushes that used to be, and they're just bulldozing your way in, and you guys see an active firefight.
And there's a firefight.
Yep, and there was a firefight.
Can I recognize who's on each side?
I'm
assuming Harbinger's on one side.
There's a you guys haven't actually run into the Harbingers just yet as far as a gang. It's safe to assume it's probably them since it's in their turf, but you see one group of people firing on what appears to be some wreckage in the parking lot.
Yeah. Have Ghost drive towards the wreckage.
Who am I shooting at?
Sure again.
I just want to know. I mean, there's different people out there. Who am I
When
shooting?
the door opens, what's your job? Go get the girl.
Go get the hot chick, huh?
There you go. You get to shoot once you get the girl.
Okay.
You have to bring her back. And I don't want to have to carry you and her back.
No, that's not gonna
So
work.
don't
No.
drop her.
No, I'm not going to drop her.
Famous last words.
All right, and so at this point, give me one more roll for Ghost as she's coming in hot.
And Skulls will also be putting on his helmet and plugging in his smart gun.
Sure.
And
He's got the rifle at the ready.
rolled a 3.
All right.
When she reviews this, she's going to shudder.
Well, the good news is you're there. The bad news is you can see whatever they were firing at. Like it was a burning mangle of mass of metal at this point. Looks like they may have been vehicles at one point in time, and they just maybe some people had stacked them up at one point. You can see somebody who is injured and was kind of ducking just occasionally, like, just wildly popping off, around to keep them, at bay. You guys end up ramming the cover that she's under. So it like slides 5 yards off to the side, sparks and everything. Thankfully, she's still undercover because you kind of replaced part of it. But at this point, the vehicle comes to a complete stop. And we need to roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
What are we doing for that?
It's a D10.
I know, but what do we add to it?
Nothing if you don't have any modifiers.
But you do. You add your combat sense because you're a solo.
That's
Yes.
what I thought. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm on a 7.
Skulls is at 9.
Nice.
I'm at
By the
9.
way, my note says Doc got a call from Johnny Depp's ex-wife.
8.
So you equated her to Amber Heard?
Because he said her name was Amber.
Ugh.
Oh, right.
Why would you
8.
come racing to her defense? All she's going to do is poop on your bed.
Oh, my.
It was
Oh
just so I
my.
could have a joke in my notes.
Yeah.
I've got an 8 for my roll.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay, so Steven, you're at an 8. Justin, you're out of what?
7.
Okay, Justin's at 7.
It made me laugh when I wrote it down.
Dale?
That's all that mattered to me.
9.
9. Did somebody roll for Ghost?
Somebody other than me should roll for
Got
Ghost
it.
this time.
She can yell at me. She uses a D20, right, Jerome?
No, she uses a D10.
And I got a 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So it is. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, no, it's just what you roll plus her vehicle zen is what she would add to that. So that's going to be helpful. So she's at 16.
Woohoo.
And Todd, what'd you get?
9.
You got 9 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 4 plus my 5 is 9.
Okay. That's a bummer.
It is what it is.
All righty. Oops, that's not what I do. Okay. So Callie at this point is going to go ahead. Somebody give me a roll for her reflex. Somebody just go ahead and roll. She needs to roll for her
Got it.
reflex and operate heavy machinery.
9.
Because okay, good. So she hastily gets the vehicle restarted at this point, so that way you guys can pull out when necessary. And they open up. So it is really, I just don't need a 1 at this point. There's 1. Okay. All right. So, oh, ouchie. All right. So at this point,
I'll be right back.
as the gunfire and everything starts ripping out, and some explosions hit the APC like it rocks the APC a couple inches, to its side from where it came to park. It hasn't stalled; it's still running at this point, but it's getting hammered like bad. So it is now. Todd, of course, stepped out. Dale.
Okay. Let's see. So are we able to, from our vantage point, see out of the APC to see like who it is that's shooting at us and where exactly Amber is in relation to the APC?
You caught a glimpse of her when the vehicle came to a complete stop.
Okay.
Due to the barricade or cover of junk that she was behind. Thankfully, she is on the side of the door.
Okay.
So you can't see her. She's got like 10 people on her at this point. One of which is actually taking to the air.
Oh boy. Like they've got some sort of jumping or some sort of like rockets on them?
You
or?
look out and you can see thrust coming off their back.
Okay, boy. And she's like by herself, and it's these 10 dudes.
Oh yeah,
after
yeah. She's by herself. She's already taken a couple rounds too.
Okay. So if she's like right outside our door, like she's outside our door where we could open it up, kind of step out a few paces, grab her, and bring her in, or what would it take from our vantage point to get her in?
Well, my understanding was that Jurgen was going to rush out and grab her.
Yeah. Okay. So that he can do the rushing, and he doesn't have to like spend time with the door. I'll go ahead and open the door for him, and then have my gun at the ready, and yell out, "Amber, it's us! We're here for you!" Like so that she's aware of what's going on.
Okay.
But I heard that.
That was a good roll. Okay. You can tell she's actually kind of delirious with everything that's been going on because, again, it's a lot of explosions, a lot of basically bell ringing from the loud noise and everything. but she heard enough sound of your voice to look over and could see, that it's you. So she's going to try and make her way towards you. Jurgen,
How far away is she?
running distance.
I run to her.
So you're going to be one action run out at this point. Grab her and run back. If you want to take more than one action this round, you can. You will be you'll basically be, for each action you take, you're down 2 to your
Luck.
roll.
Before people forget luck.
Yeah, we have luck available.
Okay. Near her, are there people that might be firing at us that I would want to shoot? Or
Oh yeah, you're flanked at this point from one side by 10 people.
oh jeez.
One of which is taking up into the air.
It's like a mini helicopter kind of thing, just like
Nope.
Like a jetpack.
Individual.
Okay. So I would have to use a handgun in order to pick her up. I mean, I don't see I'd be able to bring like a heavy gun and pick her up, right?
Well,
Your job is to get her.
This
So-
is, however you're defining that. If you are going to race out and fire, if you're going to just return fire, I mean, this is all entirely up to you at this point, and whatever weapon you're going to grab.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at. So maybe I would do the heavy gun. I could run out with.
Yeah. So by the way, what is your body?
10.
And on a scale of 1 through 10, what does that make it? A 10.
Yeah.
You are as physically strong as you can be without cybernetics at this point. You are
Right.
beefy. So if you
I'm just
want to
okay.
try, so if you want to attempt the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing and try to one arm, wield a weapon in one arm and return fire and try to grab her like a football and carry her under, you can't. You're just going to be
That's
down.
the plan.
You're just going to
yeah.
be down some to try and shoot.
Okay, because I'm thinking I'm just about. I've got my Fenrol. It's got smart gun on it. No, it doesn't. That's the other one. That doesn't have a rate of fire to it though. No, I'm going to do my Fenrol and run with it and just like shoot the Fenrol and like running up to get her and bring her back.
So Jurgen is going to do his best impersonation of the Last Action Hero, although he forgot his commando makeup. So go ahead and your first action. For your first action, there is no penalty. So it's your reflex and your rifle skill. And what type of shot are you firing?
I'm gonna do the rate of fire, the 20, because if there's 10
So you're
people
going full
out there,
auto.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just thinking that's what I'm gonna do.
Sure, that's
Right.
fine.
And then Steve had mentioned luck. How do you use luck, and where is that?
Luck is a stat that you have per game, and it's one
Yeah, I
of
see
your
that.
measured stats.
It's right
Okay.
underneath rough.
Yep,
Look
I
at the
see
top
it.
of your sheet. It's right underneath rough.
So how do you use that? Do you say I'm using it, or
You tell me how many points you use.
Yeah, you can use up to your luck's worth of points per game session.
So
and
why
they
don't you tell
regenerate
everybody
per-
what your luck rating is?
it's a 9?
Jeez.
So,
Oh, dude, you should have been using that a long time ago.
so he's very lucky.
Yeah. Wow.
But this is per roll. So you don't
Yeah.
have to use it all in one roll. You can break it up and say, I want to add 1 to this roll and hold on to the rest, or I want to add 5 to this roll, or however you want to do it. But once it's gone for this game session.
Okay. How do you keep track of it? You just I'd take notes and keep track, or just like.
Yep, you just
Yeah, I just
mark
have to
something
take
off
notes.
onto the side.
Okay, cool. All right. So, do I shoot first or do I run first? Like, what action goes first?
What's that? No, you are right now. You said you're returning fire. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
So as
Okay.
you are attempting to run, you are firing, and basically holding the trigger down. So you're just letting
Okay.
the whole clip go.
So my reflex is an 8, and then my rifle is a 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then I roll a d10 and add that to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Unless you want to spend luck.
I'll spend 2 luck with that.
Okay. So then, what you're going to do here, because you're using, because your rate of fire is a 3, or sorry, not a 3. Because you're full auto, you get a +3. Basically, because you're throwing so many rounds out there. Just means you won't be able to attack again this round. So you're going to roll reflex plus your rifle plus the 2 that you're spending plus 3 because you're throwing everything that this gun has got in the clip,
Okay.
and then roll.
So it's a d10 plus that. Yeah. I rolled a 3, so that's 21.
Blackjack.
Okay, so he's actually doing more the Tropic Thunder sort of returning fire, as opposed to like the Ben Stiller, like he's got the he got his hand out with one like this, like what, and then just kind of doing this with the gun
Right.
as he comes running by, and spraying rounds everywhere, just holding like it's actually still firing as he gets to her. He's like tick, 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 and running along to get her.
Scaring the hell out of her too. She's like, "What are you doing?"
So you need to give me at this point, because you're going to need 2 more actions, okay? Because you started shooting and then you ran out there to grab her. So to grab her, you're going to need to give me a strength feat check. So you're going to roll your body and your strength feat -2, because it's an extra action. This is quickly picking her up so you can turn around and run.
What is strength feat? I'm sorry.
It's under body. It's one of your skills on the left-hand side, the first page, under the body section.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. Okay. So body plus strength feat.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to spend any luck?
Sure, because I don't want to drop her, so I'll do another 2.
Okay, so go ahead and roll. So you're -2 at this point for the extra action. If you spent 2, that means it's a push. So it's your body plus your strength feat at this point, plus whatever you roll.
Okay. 3 again. Okay, so body is.
So
10
if you roll a 3, it's 16.
13, 16. Yes.
Okay, that's not great. So you grab a hold of her, and you don't quite have her under your arm like you would hope. You kind of, and hastily at this point, you've grabbed her and you've got her like by her top, and you're starting to quickly drag her along.
Okay.
So now you need to run back. So now it is we're going to go on your move at this point. So it's MA.
Okay.
So it's your move allowance, and then you also need to give me an athletics check.
Where's my athletics? Oh, there's athletics. Okay. They're just athletics check. I just roll a 1d10 plus the athletics.
Yes.
Okay.
-4.
Oh, geez.
Do you
yeah, I
want to
guess
spend more luck?
I'll spend more luck.
So you're down
Not
4
feeling-
from your luck at this point. You have 5.
I need to be lucky. I'll spend 4.
Okay.
I
So
need
you're
to get us back.
you might at this point, Todd, for a little bit of advice, you might want to just spend the remaining 5,
I'll
because
spend the remaining
you have
5.
because you have an MA of 1. And did you see what your athletics is?
Yeah.
Yeah, my athletics is a 1.
Right. So you've got an MA of 8. So the best you can do right now is a 9. So spending all of them will at least give you 1 more to the roll.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I got MA of 8, athletics, I just said was 1, right?
Yep.
So that's 9. So I got to roll a d10 plus 9, and then I get 1d10. Come on. Oh, I get a 7. So 7 plus the 9 is 16 plus that extra 1 from the luck, right?
Correct. Plus 1 for athletics.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So 8, 9, 10 plus 7. So 17.
Okay, so 17. So he's running back. He's with his beefiness has got her kind of like by the her top and her like ball joint right here by her arm, and it's just kind of dragging her along as he's running. And he's, for a big man, he moves pretty quick. He's like and jumps at this point to like come flying in. What ends up happening, however, show of hands, who here knows who Goldberg is from wrestling?
Oh.
Okay. His famous maneuver, his finisher is the spear, which is just a running body tackle. Jurgen has the speed. He's moving at a clip, but when he jumps, boom, right into the side of the vehicle. Remember how I said that the vehicle from the explosion moved a couple inches? Well, he pushed it about an inch the other way. with a loud thud and a absolute ringing in his head. So there's going to be one round where the two of them are exposed at this point, depending on what happens to the rest of the combat or the rest of the initiative. Steven.
Maury
I got it
pops
back.
the smoke grenade, calls fire in the hole, swings out the door, rolls the grenade about 5 feet past him.
Okay,
If
so
they're right there,
and
his
smoke.
next action is to grab them and pull.
Okay, so you can do that. You're down 2.
And
So
I'm
you need to
using-
give. So you need to give me a body and to just pull him in a body and strength check. Or
Body is
strength
9.
feat.
Okay. Okay. And I'm going to. So I've got 2 rolls to make throw.
No, just the one.
Just the one.
No,
Okay, you don't want me to roll for the grenade?
You do have to roll for the grenade. I'm only concerned so long as you don't get a 1.
Okay. So just do. Okay. So this is for the grenade.
So that's going to be reflex and athletics.
I have an 8. My reflex is 7, and my athletics is 2.
But
so I have 17 for the grenade.
You didn't roll a 1. That's all I was really concerned with.
Okay. Yep.
Because I mean, it's not like it's explosion. You're just popping some smoke and trying to cause a distraction. So
Yep.
you're good there. So you just go lob that real quick. Now you're down 2 for this action. I need you to give me a body and strength feat as you try to yank them both in.
And I'm using the other 2 points of my luck on this.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have a 5. My body is 9, and I do not have strength feat. So
So you have 14.
Yep.
Okay. They're too heavy for you to pull in immediately at this point. He's probably going to need some help. Stolas, you're the last one up.
Suppress a fire on the group.
Okay, so you're gonna poke your head out the door and return fire.
Out the window and use suppress a fire.
Okay.
That way I can at least be helpful.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go full auto for that. So it is, I think, they have to make it a save of 15 or greater not to get hit.
No, full auto gives you +3 because you're spraying that many rounds.
Okay, I thought I read this was a little bit different with suppressive fire, that they have to make an athletics plus reflex check.
That's
to avoid
that's if they have they've already gone at this point. They can't turn around and restate. Okay, now I'm dodging. That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why that is so lethal, because you can. I mean, obviously it burns out your cartridge, but the way it works in Cyberpunk is when you're spraying, basically when you're spraying and praying like that, you get to roll a really high amount, and basically everyone that goes over their whatever they have for base protection, which in most cases, if they're not moving, it's just like whatever they're hiding behind or whatnot. They have the potential of being struck by multiple rounds.
Oh, then full auto into the smoke.
Yeah. So yeah, you're already. So go ahead and fire. Go ahead and roll.
And I am gonna spend all of my luck on this.
Alrighty. Let her rip.
Okay. 10, 11, 16.
Okay, not a great roll. Hopefully it will keep them honest. Let's see. Okay.
No, 19. I apologize. I forgot to add in the close range.
Oh yeah, good point. So okay, so it's hard to tell if you're doing anything, but you were spraying bullets down range all over the place. Top of the round. So question here. Callie is not back with us. So,
Can she hold her action until they get into the back of the truck?
I'll tell you what. We're going to leave this up to the dice because this would be appropriate to the potential human action. I need somebody to roll a d10 for her, and we're basically checking to see if she can keep her cool.
Okay. I've got it. 7.
Okay, not too shabby. Okay, so she is jumping the gun, however, because you guys are under such gunfire, so she's throwing into gear, and it is moving right now.
Not a surprise.
So she's trying.
Not a surprise.
She is trying to get everybody the hell out of Dodge at this point. That brings us to their rounds, and that's one of the big reasons why. Dale, since you had eyes on obviously the smoke is coming up, so it's harder to see everybody on the ground. That's helping. However, you did see that person going up in the air.
Yeah.
Give me a this is a free. It's not an action. Give me an intelligence and awareness notice check.
Let's see here. 17.
17. Okay. So what you, because now that you have a chance to look at it better from the vantage point, you see somebody reach up and like something coming up and over the top, almost as if it's got something built onto it. And when you get a good look at it, this person's in flying armor.
Yikes.
This is not somebody in like a jetpack.
Okay.
So whatever the hell this is some sort of new tech, and based on the barrel size of those things, it looks like it's a multi-barreled rocket launcher.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
Are we about to lose another vehicle?
No, not on my watch. I will maneuver drive the crap out of this thing.
So here is the problem. And since we have Callie back, so Callie, Ghost got spooked with the with what's going on, and she's already thrown it into gear, trying to pull the vehicle back out.
Okay.
There's already gunfire. The APC is starting to take some heavy damage again already. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it that Skulls probably would have said something effective like, "Oh crap, those are that's a rocket launcher," or something to put it to statement.
Exactly.
To let you guys know. But Jurgen and the package are still outside the vehicle.
Yep.
Right outside the door, though. Amori has a hold of him, and he has a hold of the package, but they're about to fire. What do you want to do?
Oh, no pressure. Okay.
No pressure.
I know Jurgen's strong. Does Jurgen have a grip on the vehicle, or is he
No.
literally only hanging on to Maury's arm?
No, Amori's actually hanging onto him. Jurgen
Oh.
accidentally speared the
Rammed
vehicle,
the vehicle.
Okay.
trying to get in, but he's got a hold of Amber. So you kind of have this human chain of people, with Amori inside holding on, trying to pull Jurgen in, and Jurgen holding on to her.
I'm still cabled, so I'm not the issue. The issue is, can I hold him for the round it takes for him to come in?
And you're already starting to move. So are you going to, even though you're not moving fast, attempt to take evasive maneuvers to try and get out of the way of the rockets? Or are you going to let them try and pull Jurgen in and hope for the best?
Is there only one cable? Like, would he be able to cable in Jurgen?
No.
No.
Okay, so it's literally going to be Maury's got to hold on to him.
Correct.
With how big this vehicle is, since I'm familiar with this type of maneuvering, can I maneuver in a way that still scoops them up? Instead of pulling away and trying to drag everybody with, can I turn like around into them and then try to get out of the way of the missile?
But you can't try to get out of the. So basically, what it comes down to, I'm giving you the opportunity to try and choose one or the other to, in effect, make the role a little bit more difficult for the person coming up to bomb you.
Yeah, if I maneuver, is there a chance of them getting hit with the missile instead?
If you evade, maybe. Not a great one, but maybe.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, like, if they're aiming at me and I decide to evade, and and Maury loses him, am I like evading to hit?
Yeah, well, either way, you're going to make it more difficult to pull them in. But the big problem you're facing is, the APC has already taken some heavy damage.
I'm gonna trust my vehicles in. I'll evade and hope.
Okay.
That everybody pulls in.
Because if the vehicle goes down, then you're all stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So, give me an evasion, and would you like to add any luck to this?
Yes. I will add 5 luck.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were down 2 for an extra action at this point because you've already thrown it into gear. And you're
so
moving.
3.
So 3 total. So go ahead and roll your reflex and your operate heavy machinery. Add 3.
That'll be 26.
Oh, not too bad. All right. So this is like one of those moments, Skulls, because you're the only one that really has eyes on what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
That you see that thing kind of arcing up and everything slowing down in slow motion as you see the streams.
Yeah.
And conveniently enough, it's 6.
Okay.
6 barrels. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now you look at it and you realize, that armor has a kind of a feminine shape to it.
Okay, yeah.
No doubt who this is. Never was in my mind. Never was in my mind.
So here we go.
I regret not buying that ammo already. Should have been a between game action.
Okay. So the good news is Callie's quick evasion, as she was already starting to throw it in gear and pull it out. Her quick evasion kept 3 of the missiles from direct impact.
Nice.
If my vehicle links, I don't know if my vehicle link is like a smart link where it gives me more to add or less difficulty. That's the only thing I haven't looked at. Because it'd be 25 if it gives the +2, like a smart link.
Even if that's the case, just that you still wound up with where you're at.
Okay.
The problem here, of course, is the missiles are radius effect, but you did manage to keep three of them from direct impact. Okay, so Woo-hoo. This is gonna be, boy, you guys are threading the needle with this one.
Oh no.
If I survive this, I'm going to have words to say, and they're not going to be nice words.
Wow. Okay. So
I'm doing my best.
So here's what happens. So the vehicle is still running. Everybody on the inside is rocked. So we'll get to that in a second. What you guys need to roll to recover from that, except Ghost because she's seated. There is on that side of the vehicle that has been hit at this point. There is now a big, I want to say, double the size of a manhole cover hole in this opposite side, basically the left side of the APC at this point, with some other riddled up holes at this point now as the armor is just utterly failing. The middle axle is thrashed, so the it's just kind of running freely. The other two sets are just fine. It's beaten up bad at this point. I guess small victory. You can use the hole to return fire if you want to. I need Amori. Give me a body and strength feat to hold on to Jurgen, and then we'll restart the rounds here in a second. Shelly is having a conniption right now in the chat.
11.
Brittany just rejoined, and she's like, "What happened? You guys broke our ride again?"
With my luck, it's 28. I didn't even add that. All right, whatever. It's fine.
I have a 9 and a 2, Jerome. Body is 9.
Okay, so you break your grip from the explosions and the thrashing from of the vehicle trying to evade to get out of the way. Jurgen, give me a body and strength feat to hold on to your sudden gal pal.
Can I roll better than a 3? Five, so that's an 18.
18. Okay. So you get like knocked around at this point, and you're actually a little bit further away from the APC as it's peeling out and attempting to get out of the zone as explosions riddled around. Now, keep in mind you can't hear anything right now. There's that kind of tinnitus sound because loud explosions.
Right.
You still have a hold of her, so that's a benefit. But at this point, you're going to have to get up and attempt to book it with her to run in. So we are at, that was our combat rounds. So we're at Dale and Todd. Which one would you like to go first?
Me, I want to get in the car.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So Todd, do you want to just run with her as you have her, or do you want to take a moment to secure her and attempt to bolt again back to the APC?
I mean, how well am I holding her right now?
Not well. You have her by you have her by her clothing and like the ball of her shoulder right here.
All right. If I attempt to secure her, can I screw this up and drop her while I'm attempting to secure her?
Possibly.
Fantastic. All right. What am I rolling?
So you just need to get if you're going to secure her. Basically, you're trying to tuck her under properly at this point to run with her. Give me a body and strength feat. So roll a d10. And you're adding 13 to whatever you roll.
So 20.
Okay, not bad at all. So at this point, you kind of take the shoddy hold that you have a hold of her, pull her up real quick and kind of get her in that I'm about to swing from a vine sort of pose, where her arm like got thrown around you, sort of like you actually look really action hero-y at this point. You're like, "Hoo-ha!"
I've got her in the fireman carry, basically.
And so now it's time to book it. So go ahead and give me a move and you need to give me a move in athletics check. So MA plus your athletics.
Am I subtracting dice on this one?
You're not subtracting any dice, but you will be down 2 for the extra action.
No, I'm subtracting that. Okay. All right, so that is 9 plus 5 is 14. So that's a 12.
Okay, so what did you roll?
A 5.
5. Okay.
5 plus 9 is 14. Subtract 2 is 12.
Gotcha. Ugh. Okay, so at this point, he is running. He's got her in a good grip, and is trying to catch up to the APC. But the APC now at this point is just starting to leave them behind.
Can I swing back around and try to grab him?
You're out of actions at this point. We've passed your round.
Oh.
Dale.
Okay. Does Skulls have a clear shot, especially through the gigantic hole in the side of Darcy in the sky?
Yeah.
Because of her armor, would it be possible? Like, can I see her head as being a separate part of her body? Like, can I try to make a headshot?
You can always attempt to call a shot, and I will
Okay.
tell you, as you are quickly trying to examine everything that's going on, keep in mind Jurgen brought his big friend. Jurgen is not in the position to use it right now.
Right, but
So
he has
I
no
left
rifle
it-
skill.
Oh, well, looks like somebody needs to get chipped for that.
So, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and would that take an action to swap out my regular ammo mag for an AP rounds mag? Would that take one action to accomplish?
Technically, yes, because you're swapping out the rounds itself.
Okay.
But you don't have to roll for anything, obviously.
Right. I'm still gonna do that. So he swaps out to his AP ammo, and then he's gonna go for an aim shot to her head with a three round burst.
Okay. Brah. All right.
And he'll be adding. Oh yeah, is that like 3 attack rolls because of that, or is that just 1?
It is actually.
Okay. Okay. So I'll do the first roll. Nice. Okay. So 7, 11, 19 plus that. Is there? Oh yeah. Okay. So then 21 for the first shot.
Okay.
Second shot.
Oh, I had that wrong. Full auto burst is +1 for every 10 rounds fired. The 3-round burst gets a +1 or +3.
Oh, cool. Okay. Then that would have been 3 more for the last one. This one, rolled a 2, shoot, 2, 6, 14, 15, 16. So plus that +3 is 19 total on that one. And then, does he want to use luck? No, don't use luck on that yet. Faster shot. Rolled a 10 on that. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
18, 26, 30, 32, 35. 35 on that last one.
Nice. Okay. And so what'd you get for the first one?
First one was 25, I believe.
Okay.
How
So
you-
the first 2
So
rounds,
high.
the first 2 rounds miss. Head's a small target. Third round does strike.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll
Okay.
your damage.
All right, that's going to be 46 plus 1. Oops.
nice thing about AP rounds is they only have half of the protection.
Right. So then that's a total of 15, and that's a head hit. Does that double the damage right away or afterwards?
No, it'll, because it's a successful hit, it's always double damage the hit.
Cool. Okay, so then 14, 15, doubling that, so 30, and it's armor piercing to the head.
So, ping. So we'll get to what happens that in a second. That was Dale's action, which was lucky because she was moving on top of the fact that it was a small target. So if you live, give yourself some kudos for that one.
Nice.
So the next
Live.
one up at this point, Steven.
And where he goes, Ghost. Steady the speed. I'm stepping off.
All right.
I'm still cabled in, so this is going to be unpleasant. I'm going to step off. I've got the FN foul. And I yell, Jurgen, get your ass over here. I'm about to get dragged and I'm not happy. And then I wait and see if I see that flying whatever it is. And I just hold.
Okay, you do.
All right. Full burst from the FN foul.
Okay.
What is my penalty going to be?
It's not a penalty for that. You're just going to need to make a roll. How many rounds of it is it firing for the full auto?
It's 20.
20. So you're going to be +2 to your roll.
Okay. Rifle. 3. Rifle and ref, right?
The FN RAW heavy assault is 30.
Well, that's not
Yep.
what I put down. Okay, my bad.
Oh, no, rate of fire is
Did I get the
20.
damage right? 66 plus 2?
Yes, let me double check that. Yeah, 66 plus 2.
Okay. I'd be done. All right. I'm going to miss. That's a 2.
Okie dokie.
Can't be a
There
2
wasn't a one.
total.
Well,
It's not a total,
yeah,
but
it's not a 2 total.
It's still not
ref
enough.
makes it 9, and my rifle would have made it 11 total. It's enough to miss.
Yeah,
It's enough to miss. He
Yeah,
sprayed the sky.
yeah. So you just go angrily and just kind of action hero scream and spray the sky, which was no real threat to her. As we're at that point in the round, you can see that round caught her in the head and jostled her, so she's actually pulling back at this point to get further out of range of your SMG to make it to try and make it more difficult if you're going to keep firing. What else do we have?
Reloading.
So you're, and is that all you're doing?
I thought after going full auto, you had to take a full turn to reload.
Yes, but is that all?
But then you
you're
can
going to
take
do?
another action, technically, at
Right.
a penalty.
Yeah, I'm already not shooting that hot.
Fair enough. I just want to make sure you had the option. Okay,
Yeah,
so at this point, we are now at the next round of combat. Callie, you
I
are
will-
first.
If I notice she's kind of backing off, I am going to slow down to try to pick up our stragglers.
You're
Especially since-
gonna have to change gears and actually drive straight at him if you're gonna do that. The only one who could feasibly hop back in if you slowed down would be Amori.
Can I reverse?
You're already reversing at this point.
Oh.
Sorry, you weren't here for this part of it.
Okay.
Basically, what happened is there was you're in a parking lot right now,
Right.
and there's like junk and whatnot. The firefight, she was ducked down behind like some burned out cars and some junk that was piled up. You came in hot, didn't make such a great roll, so you rammed the cover that she was in. And so this whole time you're basically trying to fishtail and back up away from that to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah. So then I will drive back towards them,
Okay.
and I'll just make sure to kind of angle myself out so, like, if I keep going, I can kind of like
Oh, you've got
maneuver
plenty of room for that. Yeah.
right around.
If you can suddenly put it back into gear, throw it forward, pulling, going forward to grab them. I mean, it's still obviously a risk, but you don't have to worry about ramming anything.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of room.
Okay.
So give me for your next maneuver. You're not down anything. Go ahead and give me your vehicle check here at this point.
Okay. So that's going to be 27.
Nice. So you hear the sad sounds of the gears grinding and whatnot as it's obviously affecting the broken axle, but everything holding up. You start skidding to a stop, and then accelerating forward. She's going based on the combat rounds. Obviously, she's going out of order. But Steven, when it's your turn, you'll be able to try and grab and basically like step up back into it. Callie, go ahead and roll one more time. -2 as you are accelerating back towards them to try and scoop them up.
24.
Okay, good. So at this point, you kind of basically what you're doing is you've accelerated. We're going to give Steven a chance to try and jump in and grab on, and then you're trying to turn and slide it so the doorway is open for Jurgen to try and jump through as well.
Yes.
Okay, so that is their turn. More gunfire inbound. You are now moving, making it harder to hit. Okay, not terrible. It is hard, obviously, because there's smoke on the other side of the wreckage. A round has hit the windshield on the driver's side, so it's spidered, but it didn't go through. And now we are and some gunfire, obviously, from who that's airborne. We are now at Dale and Todd. Which of you two would like to go first?
I want to get on the vehicle here.
Yeah,
so.
Todd, go first.
Okay,
See
Todd.
if you can get on.
So at this point, the vehicle is sliding, kind of slide turning into you. You already have a hold of her, so you don't need to take any extra actions at this point. It's just a matter of jumping in.
That's what I want to do.
All right. So you're going to need to give me another maneuver, so MA and athletics check.
Gosh, so like, can't think he's brawling.
He's like straight strength check.
Maneuver and athletics.
I mean, if you'd like
9.
to throw her, you could and stand still.
No, I'll do this.
That would be strength and athletics.
All right, let's see what we got.
Nice.
A 9.
Nice.
So that's an 18.
Okay. So at this point, with her, like in tow, not the best check, but at this point, you're actually in. You're like, and you clip your shoulder.
It's almost the best check I can do.
I mean, is your combat sense?
No. Combat sense doesn't work here. It may be the best roll you have, but it's that doesn't account for anything in Cyberpunk. It just means,
Yeah,
it just means you lucked out.
given the situation, it's super difficult.
Yep. So you jump in, you hit your shoulder up against the side, but you managed to get in. Dale?
Right.
Okay. So can I still see Darcy in the sky?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, we'll go ahead and try for another 3-round burst. Still have the AP ammo, and
She is at medium range at this point
medium range.
for your SMG.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still gonna try for the head. We're still aiming for the head.
Ooh, okay.
I didn't even think about taking a second action once I got on the vehicle, if I could shoot out the door or not. I'm probably too hurt after hitting my shoulder.
Oops. Okay, so Oh yeah, and that's set up +3. That's right, because of the burst.
Yes.
Okay, so 5, 8, 12. So that's 20 on the first shot. Okay.
I think we lost Brittany again already. So she popped in briefly enough to find that there was problems.
It's a firefight. And she's
Lost
like, I
connection.
can't watch this.
Yep.
Right. So,
Shelly just
Oh.
redeemed points for Dale. So Dale, you have a reroll.
Nice.
cool, thank you. See, it's one less that time, so that was 19, I believe.
Okay.
Now, last shot. 6. Calculate that again. 6, 10, 18, 19, 20. The last one would be 23.
Okay. So at this point, this time she's definitely harder to hit at further range. None of the rounds land at that point.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do for your action?
After that, then I duck behind more. If there's any more like cover on this side of the truck or whatever. I know it's a big hole in the side, but can he move to a spot where he's
yeah,
taking
it's a
cover?
big hole. I mean, but treat it like a door. I mean, one person could be on one side, one person could be on the
The
other.
vehicle is about 10
Okay.
feet long, so you've got about 6 feet that's still covered.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then he's gonna make sure to get to the side then, so that he's got full cover and wait there.
Okay. So now we're at Amore. So
Yep.
Amore attempting to jump onto the vehicle as it's passing by.
Well, he is tethered to the vehicle, so
Actually, Amore is not now.
Nope.
I missed that.
He jumped out to try and give you cover.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember you jumping out. I just thought you were still tethered when you jumped
Oh,
out.
no.
I didn't.
Okay, I've got body, and what was the other score?
What are you trying to do?
Just get in the vehicle.
So it's move, so your movement
Athletics.
and athletics.
Okay, so 4 and 2 is 6, and a 5 is 11, and my last 2 luck is 13.
Oof. Okay. So at this point, as she is, throttling into gear, you reach over real quick, and it just zips right past you.
I'm gonna get dragged then. Okay.
No, you're not. You're not being dragged. You're not connected. So
No,
she blew.
I
right
was still
past you.
cabled. I didn't detach from the cable. I knew I was
You
going to get
wouldn't,
dragged.
you wouldn't have been able to get out and still be cabled.
Okay. Okay.
So at this point, she's accelerating away. Ghost, give me an intelligence and awareness notice check. Let's see if you actually notice if Amori you passed by and didn't collect Amori.
He didn't jump in. Oh god. Good thing I put some points into that. Int awareness notice. Okay. Roll. I'll use my reroll. Bye, sucker. You saved my what?
Oh, jeez.
So what did you get?
A 1, and then a 1.
And then a 1.
Oh no!
I mean, can I use multiple rerolls or just
Yeah.
once? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll just use my last one then. If it's a 1, I'm going to be like, the story is spoken already. It's 15.
15 total.
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
no more rerolls for me.
All right, so you were cognizant enough to know that the numbers don't match on the inside, based upon somebody. So, but you're not sure if Amori's on.
Okay,
so
I just
it
know
is-
I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, so it is the top of the round. It is your action.
You skipped me again.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm going full auto on Darcy.
Okay, go ahead and roll. What are you using?
It's the foul still.
Okay.
She's still at medium or short range for the
Yes.
rifle, right?
Mhm. For the rifle,
Okay.
yes. Rifle's got a little bit more kick.
I'm gonna use my reroll for that.
We should have like a sound off, like here. Now we're missing somebody. Oh, we got comms.
I don't think it's gonna be enough, but
So Maury could have been like, missed me, I missed.
Right.
13, 14,
Nope.
or sorry, it's 17, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, definitely.
17 's not
Complaining
enough,
about not
right?
having enough signal.
Yeah, I just saw that. All right, so you lay down cover. You lay down fire. Are you doing anything else?
If I can reload, I'll reload too.
I mean, you start the reload. Yeah. Okay, so
But yeah,
all right. You've burned 2 clips at this point. So top of the round, back to where we were at. Ghost.
Can I vocally say something at this point, Jerome?
Ghost, you are muted.
How about now?
There we go.
Okay.
How about now? How about now?
I will ask for like, I don't know, a sound off so I can figure out who I'm missing. But I'm going to start swinging the vehicle around again, doing
Okay.
donuts. At this point.
Go ahead and roll. And yes, Amori, you could through communication let her know.
From where he goes, Ghost, go.
Nope. 23.
Okay. So at this point, she's starting to make some donuts with this thing. And spinning back around. Are you taking another action to drive right at him?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. So making a complete turn. Go roll one more time. Down 2 for this roll.
Yep. That's gonna be 29.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna like literally park on him, be like, get in.
Yeah, just
Right
about.
here.
Yep, just about. So at this point, she spins around. Ghost, you end up seeing that, Amari is out there like, I mean, he was telling you to go at that point.
I'm like, jump in the hole.
And
Go.
you just accelerate right towards him. So you could line it up at this point. You could either have him try to jump in the hole or jump to the door.
Yeah, either one. Yeah. I want the hole facing away from Darcy. So
Good idea.
the more armor facing towards the flying
Okay, so
chick.
that means you're gonna have to ride. You're gonna have to ride parallel and have him jump to the door.
Okay.
Because at this point, Darcy, in her armor, is on that side. So,
yeah.
Their round, and Ghost, you see 6 more plumes of smoke.
Oh no. Shoot her in the face.
In the face.
I've been trying.
I know. I'll keep shooting her in the face. That's what I meant.
I want to shoot the missiles out of the air. That's
Okay. So there's good news for people.
Bad news for
when
vehicle.
there's an explosion.
Oh.
It goes to your torso, which is usually the most armored part on the body.
Yes.
All right, so let's see.
I have good armor now that I've done the math correctly.
No, for the vehicle's fine.
Oh.
In the sense on that side, anyways. You don't want to
Okay.
get hammered too much because the vehicle will fall apart.
well, I mean,
okay.
you've also got a lot of cyberware as well.
Okay.
I can take a hit. I'll be fine.
Okay. All right. So let's see if Amari is okay.
This is where it gets interesting. I'm betting my luck's about to run out.
Okay. So you took 1 from that one.
Stop counting.
It's okay.
16,
Stop
17. No. Too high.
16, 17, 27, 42.
Oh my god.
Squared.
Oh no.
Plus 700. Okay, so here's the deal, guys.
So here's what happened.
Okay, so that
Those
was
missiles can be
It's-
actually nuclear weapons. You're in a smoking hole.
Hey, at least with the hole in the vehicle, we can now put a gun port there.
Okay, so
Guys, gun ports.
actually for effect, Amore, give me a reflex and athletics check.
For effect.
Oh no.
For effect.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually appropriate. Let me get that pulled up here again.
A 9. And a 9 is
Oh
18.
no.
Oh god, I was like a 9.
So you got 18 total?
Yep.
Okay. So here's what happens. So Ghost at this point throws it in, says, "Nuh-uh, no man left behind," sort of thing. Everybody bites down at this point. Orifices clench because you guys see that of plumes of smoke as 6 more mini missiles come flying down in.
Oh, jeez.
And then everybody is deafened with the explosions. The part of the good news, the door is gone. And it's there's a even big gaping hole at this point. The front right tire blows up, and it's just kind of hanging there by sinew of rubber, and kind of reinforced Kevlar-ish rubber. You still have control of the vehicle. Explosions ripple all around Amare, and he comes flying through. Luckily enough, he was just far enough away from the explosions that he only caught 3 points of damage overall from his body.
Nice.
Whew.
So he gets thrown in with a thud. Thrown in with a hard thud, just bam.
Thrown into the cab or into the back?
Into the back, because the side door is what ended up taking the damage. And at this point, you are accelerating, trying to get away. Is anybody attempting to do anything, or are you leaving it up to Ghost to get you the flock out of town?
Well,
I want to shoot out the door, like out the hole in the door. Just take
Parting shots.
yeah, full ammo out the door.
Same
Well-
thing. Another magazine right at Darcy. I just forked over good money for this, and she put a hole in my new APC, and I'm
Jordan
not
just
even
crying
high
in
right
the back.
now.
He's like,
Morty just
Okay.
kind of rolls over and goes,
You
"Doc,
are dirty.
I sure as hell hope she's alive. You want to check on her?"
Yeah.
Okay, so-
yeah. Oh, I see. Shakes his head.
So then so just to wrap this up then, so go ahead and make your combat rolls for shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is the only target, I assume, Darcy, or is there anything else of consequence?
The only one really is Darcy at this point. If you
Okay.
were attempting to shoot at her with an SMG, she is now at long range. If you were attempting to shoot at her with a rifle, she is now at medium range. Todd, your connection's getting kind of bad. You may want to back out of the chat.
Okay, hold on.
So that
I'm
way
gonna close Twitch.
it doesn't take up so much of your bandwidth.
There we go. I just closed Twitch.
I'm going to put a 3-round burst in the air just as a general deterrence, and that's it. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
While everyone else is firing, Doc's doing his job and seeing what he can do about Amber.
I got a miss, Jerome. I rolled another 3. I'm
Okay.
glad that came at the end.
All right, yeah.
Is
I got
tack and
11
rifle?
total.
Would you get Stolas?
11.
Okay, yeah, no, don't
But
worry.
he's more just trying to prevent her from coming forward
Sure,
at
sure.
us.
And
It's more
Jurgen?
about that suppressive.
What? I'm sorry. What am I doing? Reflex rifle or attack and rifle?
Reflexing rifle.
Well, actually, for starters,
Reflex
you've
rifle.
already expended all the rounds from your rifle, so you would actually have to reload this round. You have to spend a full round reloading.
Hold on. Rate of fire is 20, and there's 30. It holds 30, so I can shoot off 10.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. It's reflex and
So I'm just
rifle.
going to shoot off 10. Okay, reflex rifle, and then it's a smart gun. I also add the
Yeah,
super
two,
smart,
yeah.
right?
Any bonus that you would have for your smart rifle.
Okay. So reflex. 15. Okay, so 15 plus whatever I roll here. All right, so that is 15 plus 8, 23.
All right. So at this point, everybody is just kind of firing, trying to keep her honest. No rounds are really striking. Pardon me. Make another, before we get to skulls, Ghost, go ahead and give me another drive check real quick. Because this vehicle is jacked up. Thou art muted.
29.
Yes.
Whoa,
There you go.
even on 3 wheels, she's keeping this alive in racing condition at this point. Just occasionally you hear the wheel kind of dipping down a little bit and grinding, on the one side, because obviously the middle axle is gone at this point. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so skulls, give me the check.
All right.
I hope she's alive.
And he's going to spend 2 luck on this.
Okay.
9 and 27.
Oh, that was weird. I'm actually looking at myself on the back end of the chat, and it was like way behind. But I can see myself here on the screen, and everything's just fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she's alive. She's going to need serious medical care at this point. But on a scale of 1 to ghost, she's about like a 0.5 ghost level.
Okay. Gotcha. So he's doing whatever he can to make sure to get her bandaged and whatnot. Looking at her, does it look like I'd be able to help her out back at my place with my gear, or is it going to take actually going to a facility?
If you want to be safe, take her to a facility.
Okay. So
plus, knowing that somebody may be on your heels, it's probably not a good idea to go directly back to your place.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Skulls is gonna yell out, "Yeah, she's stable for the moment, but she needs a facility."
All right, I'll take her to Banner. There'll be enough cops around there, and be fine. Heading to Banner.
All right, and that is where we're going to call it for tonight.
After he takes a bump.
And then to the garage.
Victory bump.
And he will offer
back to the garage.
He will
the new
offer
side
a
door
bump to her if she wants one.
The girl that's dying.
Gonna have to give you a raise, Ghost.
Look, you said you already invested a lot into me. I still owe you money, so.
You don't owe me money. If that was the case, everyone would owe me money except maybe Doc.
So congratulations, you guys narrowly got that out. Couple of things that I think everybody learned. Athletics is good to have.
Yeah, we're gonna go running. everyone. In our downtime, Ghost is gonna be like, all right, everyone, we're going to
So-
BT.
Yep. So athletics is obviously something everybody should want. Ammo for the turret would
Yep.
have clearly changed this fight quick.
Oh yeah.
That was something that got lost between games. And I'm not quite
Ammo?
sure why, because we actually talked about it.
Mhm.
It actually was a topic, and somehow it just didn't get covered between games.
What, athletics? Yeah, have you
No.
guys practicing beanbag throwing?
No, that's not how Amori
You
gets
can
his
dodge
athletics,
wrench,
but not
you
through
can dodge
beanbag
ball.
throwing.
We're gonna hit each other with dodgeball, and then we're gonna just run. A lot of running and jumping.
Can we substitute some other physical activity for the
Nope.
running?
Parkour. Parkour is how you get back in the truck. We're gonna do drills.
Hardcore parkour.
Parkour. I'll just drive around and you guys run next to it and then jump in. And we're just gonna practice.
So
Can we skip the jumping
so-
in part because we're failing that already?
So
No, that's why you need to practice.
So keep in mind the 30 millimeter that you've got attached to the. You guys are going to want to write this. Please write this down.
I'm getting
Okay.
there. Hold on.
Yeah.
More than one person,
Okay.
Yep.
just to be on the safe side. If you ever have to replace it, it's 25,000 brand new, and that's assuming everything, the supply lines are there. So if it's not readily available, it's obviously expected to pay more for that. The damage on this weapon is 60-10.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Great rifle.
Which would
D10.
have ripped
Yes.
that armor apart.
D10.
Yeah, exactly.
60-10.
Yeah, so keep in mind, if you guys keep it, if you keep this vehicle in tip-top shape, you will definitely have an APC that goes burr.
Yep.
Is there a you said it's 600 for the long range? Is there a or is that short
range
range?
is 600 meters.
That's the max range it goes. Yeah.
Max range. Okay, 600.
125 meters would be
And
short range
30.
for it,
I know
believe.
how many rounds per minute or per round?
30.
Per,
Rate of
30,
fire
okay.
is 30.
okay. And then would we find the name of the vehicle that we are using?
No, I have not found it.
Okay. I posted in the chat about the ones I found with pictures, but that's all I could find that had a
We
vehicle
had the name.
crew.
It came up, and when Jerome gave us the picture, and that like the ammo thing, I'm like, I'm not quite sure why.
As I have time, I'll try and check out the last stream.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
see.
check out these 5 because it might be the only one it looks like is the Yakarachi.
No, when I first pulled it up, it was like a base model, and they used that picture for it with the stats. So I'm gonna need to go back into the game and go find when I ran that scene.
Okay.
And I know I said it at that point. I had it pulled up in front of me, but
Yeah, I know you did too. And alrighty,
no biggie. So congratulations there, guys. So the next game coming up will be Street Fighter tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then our game following that will be Ashland by Night Blood Ties on the 9th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then next week, we will be back with our main Ashland by Night Vampire game on the 15th. That starts at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then our Marvel Superheroes game on the 16th, which starts at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you guys for playing. Good night, Shelly, in the chat. And, of course, good night if Brittany ever ends up seeing this part of it. And those of you who watch. And I hope you guys have a good one. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Hello.
There we go.